tem this? Yes, this na tem for all Salon people and them party them. JALLOH Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Bebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sarahjmedia.org. Now who's tem these?
The total population of Sierra Leone in 2019 was stated approximately at 7.8 million. And the most common cancer reported in 2018 was breast cancer, with an incidence rate of 25.1% and a mortality rate of 19.2%. Ward 2 at the Connaught Hospital, Freetown, is a female surgical ward that cares for patients requiring breast surgery, chemotherapy, and palliative care. General surgery also admits to the ward as see fit. The ward is in need of a significant refurbishment and has a major impact on patient assessment and delivery of treatment, dignity, comfort, and infection control measures. The current ward area presents a significant challenge to infection control. There is no fit-for-purpose or adequate personal hygiene facilities. The showers and sanitary areas are in poor condition and are difficult to clean. The flooring is deteriorated. Overall deco and fabric of the walls need repair and full decoration. Furniture, cupboards, and shelving require replacement. The sluice, known to be the dirty utility room, is in poor condition and needs replacing. Windows need to be replaced as current windows bring in draughts, dust, debris, mosquitoes, and rodents. There is no designated area to provide a day service for patients receiving chemotherapy. Medical supplies is desperately needed. Therefore, we need a total amount of £15,000, which is equivalent to 195 million leones, for this project. This project will focus on women diagnosed with breast cancer and other non-malignant breast abnormalities requiring one or more of the treatment modalities that are currently available. We will also set up a day unit for the administration of chemotherapy and provide training and development to ensure sustainability. Therefore, I am pleading to all individuals, organizations, and local businesses, and every Sierra Leonean and friends of Sierra Leone to make a meaningful contribution that will never go in vain. Ways to contribute will be seen at the end of this clip. I am Aissata Cissé JALLOH of the Health Show Partnership Program. Remember, your health is your wealth.
Nina Yvonne Akisoya, and 11th May 2021 make me 3 years where I don't day in office. I say let I come and tell Freetonians them una boku tenki for where una elect me and una give me this mandate for serve una. But I not just want to tell una thank you for when I elect me, I want to tell una thank you for what una don't work with me and work with the councillors, work with the staff of Freetown City Council, work with so many stakeholders, including the central government, the international partners, the local partners. I want to tell Una, the Freetonians, and thank you, but I want to tell all the other groups and the Boku Boku Tenki. Together, we embark on a journey for Transform Freetown, and in nobody not been say it go easy. We published the plan in January 2019, and then in January 2020, we published with first year report, and then in January 2021, we don't publish with 2-year report. Inside the reports and day, you go able for read in much more detail, waiting we don't achieve. But family them, as I just share today some of the things that really make me heart gladdy, pandis walk here. One thing we're really glad about, now the wastewater treatment plant where we don't build na King Tom. This na the first time ever in the history of Salone for let we get the thing we come on the toilet. Instead of it just gonna grow na King Tom, it actually they go into a plant where they get for separate the solid from the liquid and get for treat them and waiting get for come out can go towards manure. It can now be safely the liquid can now safely be disposed into the waterways. Another practical thing we are so glad for. Now this urban farming project, we bring over 300, in fact we start with 300, now we add another 200 women them. We now at them backyard them and in community level, particularly in the private communities.
And you can create this, what you give, the okra they come up, they will plant them.
The women they do farming projects where go benefit them picking them for get more nutritious food, but it go also help them for get small thing at the hand as they sell them in the market. And then that nursery school. Famble then go no say we been not open the one at Congo Water Market for make vulnerable women them and their young picking it under the age of 5 get free quality preschool care. And now we dip and build the second one. We do refurbishment upstairs in the Freetown Road Market, and that facility will be open and available to women and men traders inside Freetown Road Market. Tricycles. Well, then tricycle and they not only then they help for keep we city clean, they also they create employment. We don't create so far over 1,200 jobs with young people then where they go and collect dirty na the streets. And now we get 90 more where they come on stream. So I'm so happy because it increased the capacity for collect dirty. At the same time, it increased the number of people them, young people that we get work. Let not talk and not talk about the transfer station when I did the dirty then they go. So we don't get 4 additional ones, including the one at Lumley, the one at Approved School, the one at Shell, and the one at Allentown. Bele Uman them. Then they all over the community. That journey for going to PCMH, it can challenge Boko of them. So we work for upgrade 5 of we PHUs them for make them be monk, side with side Bele Uman, they able for born. Freetown people them, Boku people that know say dog na challenge na this city. And so we don't start a program for sterilize, vaccinate the dogs them so that we go get control over dogs and we the ambog motaman, but we the ambog themselves. We go make we city healthier and it go reduce the risk for let people then get us sick with and call rabies. I don't share small about wait we don't do and over these 3 years, but I just touch the Tinem Boku. I go say anybody we want for no more. Also go now with Facebook page. We get Freetown City Council Facebook page. We also get Yvonne Akisoya, Mayor of Freetown. You go able for follow we. Let we continue for work together with all we stakeholders for let collectively we transform Freetown. Una, thank you and God bless you.
Na Yvonne, Na Yvonne, talk and go.
Hill Valley Academy is a school that provides the very best opportunities for our students to develop, grow, and mature into young adults who are encouraged to become patriots as well as global citizens. We have high expectations and ambitions for all our students. We provide a caring, supportive, tolerant, and challenging environment in which all individuals can grow and flourish. A graduate of Hill Valley Academy is a well-rounded human being capable of making the most of what life has to offer. We actively encourage academic excellence with a sense of responsibility. We look forward to welcoming you to our school and to meeting you in the not too distant future, because together we achieve the extraordinary.
Greetings, everybody. Una kushe una kabo. This na the culture show with Sarah Jem Media. Today's show it get to be very, very interesting. But first of all, before we start this show, before we even forgo any side, me fumble them, we want for check who that day na the kotoku today. Or who that don't come inside the abule today. Today na special day. I say, me na USIFU JALLOH footprints. First of all, let me check. Who that day inside the abule today? Let me see ba. Oh, Adeyemi Shade, day inside the abule. Hey, Adeyemi. Hey, Kusha oh Kusha. Who that else? Vicky Kam himself day inside the abule today. Vicky Kam, Kusha and Kabo, Anne Marie de. Well, that last thing they me I don't know how to pronounce that and do. Anne Marie de Maire, de Maere, de Maere. It's 7 days at the abule today. So say kusha to you, Anne Marie. What else they said? Emmanuel King. A day inside the abule as well today. Jibrila Mansare himself. A day inside the abule. Una all welcome inside the abule. Well, as una all know, now by the way, me just see only a few pound and no more na my own Facebook page, the YouTube there as well. So Uda they back na the YouTube so then King Mufasa go introduce few of them within the see with the back na the abule today. King Mufasa, Uda na the abule today, Uda na the abule today. Call some name never, Uda today.
The abule na YouTube, the funny thing them where they right now, who never see them name them. I just don't say hello, but we get few people that we don't online right now.
Yes.
They are all anonymous.
Okay, no problem. All man they anonymous, right? They all they anonymous, no problem. So anonymous, una said that they are bullet today. Well, yes. We get what it sequence Dumbuya. Hey, sequence Dumbuya. Instead that they are bullet, would that they back again? I see Bangura. I see left for laugh. If you laugh too much, today you show laugh not today at all for today you show. So I see take it easy. Dolce Bella himself there inside the bullet today. Hey, Dolce, get ready today because where is okay show today? We go Pong Nalunge today. Well, today, before I even go further, make a greet to now all inside the bullet. Hey, oh, me people, I'm glad to see you now. I know me no say una si don't ya they wait for me. Na passa de passo. I go mo kabala. But where I see una don't so me at cold. Oh, I'm me at cold. I'm at the cold now. You know me at cold. Because today, the show today, all what we can talk about now about the traditional justice system in Sierra Leone and for that matter West Africa, and for that matter maybe we'll go even expand them to Africa. We want to look our traditional system in Africa. We want to see what is it, what has it been, how did we catch people who have stolen stuff, people who have done wrong. Did we go about investigating and catching them? We did not have all these, police investigators and inspectors and all. We never had all of these things, but we were able to catch thieves. In fact, how did we even prevent thieves? How did we do it? Well, tonight we want to discuss our traditional justice systems. But at the same time, we might even expand it and compare it to the Western justice system that we currently have in Sierra Leone, in Nigeria, in Ghana, right across that we have, that we spend many thousands of dollars for and pounds for to study, to try to understand so we can implement justice. Has it made us any better? Are we any better even with this English justice system that we have adopted? Well, with me to discuss all of these many subjects tonight, I've got some special guests tonight. By the way, we are not only going to discuss this just by ourselves. We want to engage everybody in the abule. We want to make sure Ahmed Hassan, is it Ahmed Hassan Barry? Well, Ahmed Hassan Barry, we want to engage you, Vicky Kam. Yes, Vicky, we are going to Lunge. We want to engage all of you. Your own thoughts, your own ideas are all very, very important. Your experiences are important of what the justice system is, what it could be, how could we improve it. All of this we're going to be looking at tonight. So, my guest for tonight, first of all, we have our very own man in the house, our elder, our wise elder. He is none other than Mr. Mohammed Boye JALLOH Jamboria. Please, sir, please greet our people in the Abule. You are muted, you are muted.
Famule Muna, good evening. We're glad if you come now today backlog and discuss with culture because this is a very important thing for our education.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And that's short and sweet. Make a move on to another man we joined with during the last discussion. Absolutely amazing man. You know, Mr. Ahmed Bangura, please say greet all we fumble them for we.
Good evening. Good evening. Mina Ahmed Bangura to come again another edition. We'll look inside the TV they happen at the world today. We see the traditional system in Africa just don't go to the drainage. We want to see some of the issues that we'll bring back. Why so soon we left them and what thing for do. Low see back. We'll bring back this culture active. We be say you know go associate and with God. Because God always says, you know, associate with nobody. If you get in shrine there, you know, associate for saying something to go worship her. This is another aspect we look at today. And even with justice system, and today we'll go inside the nyaka.
I like that one day. We'll go nyaka on today. I like that one day. Well, also I want to bring again another wonderful man from Nigeria, but now he's an adopted Sierra Leonean. Case closed. He is the one and only Dr. Kole Odu Tola. Thank you so much. Please greet all everybody in the Abule, sir.
One person introduced you with such a joyousness and ebullience. The only thing is to return it in kind. But I not get the kind of energy the which cow food get, because me I be cow head. I love chop cow head where when you cook am, now there all the assets God give the animal where they. But he say now in a cow food prince, me I be cow head master. And I greet all of you now because this time nothing they pass where they pain human being when justice no day, peace no day. Without justice, no peace. But with peace, now he be the senior brother of justice. Some people even they talk say now the same family, peace and justice day. But outside the family too, now they're criminals day. And now because of them sometimes we must look for a way to get justice. In some parts of the world, justice is too expensive. There are kind of money where you go pay before you get justice. Sometimes you go down turn poor. But in some other places, you not even get second chance. Because once it just strike you like this, now the God of before, now they take long catch people. The God of the present for rural areas for Africa, as you do and I will catch you. This one will be say, waiting be the definition of say I thief. You thief, they catch you, you pay. That's not the end of the story. But you know, say as society they grow and people they grow, we go come they add all sorts of things. We bring lawyer, we bring police, we bring judge, we bring weakness. Before that one, the person waiting don't hold self. Anyway, make we left matter. When we're ready, we go begin the talker. As we they talk for Yoruba and say, we go dig under the yam to see what's in the under. Now we want to do today. Whatever thing they under that yam, make we ready to bring them out.
Hey, well today It's one wonderful day. I mean, I hope from wherever you are watching, listening to us, I hope you'll join in. Of course, right now we've got people like Kaletu Kamara has joined the Abule as well. And also we have Prince Golfer has joined the Abule. Welcome to you all for joining the Abule today. Well, Frederica Halston, wonderful to have you. Thank you for joining the Abule today. Get ready, sit down, shuffle, because we are ready to scatter this thing. Now, as you all know, we cannot run this show with Sierra Gem Media without having with us the one and only King Mufasa. Please, Mufasa, King Mufasa, please greet our people for us.
It's by the look they disappear. Don't disappear.
Well, I just want to say hello everyone. This is na King Mufasa. Again, that voice where you na the Koju voice where they investigate and check and see what's in the happen at the Kutuku. So if you don't say you hide anything, for Pulamo because you didn't have bomb Sweh. Welcome everybody. So when you hear that sound there, I for check whether you don't see something that the chat way wrong, or whether you don't see something to who they watch way wrong, and that's sound enough for you to come for. Today, a special day, because me thinking of today is way back time in memorial, where I be think of how people they justify certain things they happen at the world. Then we are bringing kind out to the salon context. I was 35 years old then. Now I'm still 36. So that not the way for you say I only don't hold 1 year since all these things start. Watch and see what's in that happen today. Miracle upon miracle. That's where they do now Makeni. Now they see more than one thing. That's where they go for village today. Now the culture show. Bomb Sweh. Yusuf no Fredo. He said today show them call him Bomb Sweh. Any side bomb for them. Better the commodity. Now the Sweh on top of that now they do today. So welcome everybody. And ready for today, Bomb Sweh. Over to you.
Thank you very much. Well, also make I just quickly introduce we main man within at the background, Mr. Femi Pama. Please, one quick one, then I'm going straight into the show because right now we get people them to wait for we.
Hello, Yusufu. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Make a talk and you hear me?
All the way from Lunge at the area.
Lord have mercy. Today, family, una kusha una can join me. I think say today I think for B. Over to you, Yusufu.
Thank you very much. Now, okay, my people, it's this is a very, very serious subject. Just give me 1 second while I'm adjusting everything here. This is a very serious subject because we are justice. Now, one of the key things we mitigate or we help for make peace in any society. Without justice, we cannot get peace. This is why Peter Tosh says, everyone is crying about crime. Tell me who are the criminals, but I don't want no peace. All I need is equal rights and justice. You cannot talk of peace and then you don't talk of justice. It's impossible. Justice, now be able for guarantee for make peace day. But before we go any further today on show, because we talk about peace, today I get the kola nut. So I'm going to break the kola nut. As our people say, you break the kola nut for peace. When we used to go and visit people, where in the olden days, they have the kola nut, they break it. Those of you who have read Things Fall Apart, when you go to visit, they break the kola nut. So I break the kola nut for peace. If I can get it. I break the kola nut for peace and share it with you all watching this show today. That by the time we finish this show, while we're going through this show, that we'll share peace as much as we're sharing knowledge with you all. So the kola nut is here. But that does not go without Well, these days I've Europeanized it a little bit, but it does not go without the hot water. Our people would pour. So those of you who are religious, the Muslim ones, please shut your eyes right now. But this is the I'm going the African way. So we say we pour some to all our ancestors who've gone before us. We pray for peace. We pray for blessings. We pray for all of your guidance. So we pour a little bit for you here. We pray for wisdom. We pour a little bit for you here. Aha! And we pray that we all have vision. Vision to lead us towards justice so we can go towards peace. So, tonight's show. Tonight is a show we want to talk about this thing we call bomb Sweh. What has triggered this show for me is an incident that happened quite not so long ago, maybe about a week ago or so, when the Sierra Leone authorities in Lunge suddenly decided to call all the bomb Sweh people. They decided to go traditional, basically, because things were getting rough. You know, they were getting rough. Now, what I want to do actually, maybe before I even bring in my guests and start asking questions, I would like Femi, I do not know, Femi, whether the video is ready, but probably I'd like to open up with the video first, so that we show the video for our viewers to see, so that you see where we're going. But our law enforcers, our authorities in Sierra Leone, specifically in Lunge, Cafe Bulom, decided to go traditional. They decided to go to the roots, to the bottom of the Kotoku, to the bottom of the Abule, to dig below the Abule, so that they can meet other agents of justice that generally would not want to touch or not want to deal with, if you like. But they decided to go there because things were getting very, very tough. So, Baba Femi, if you're ready, please let us show the video clip so that our people will see the clip. It's a short clip, and we're ready to go. Okay, Baba Femi said he's not ready yet. But, okay, while Femi is getting ready with the video, I want to put this thing forward. When usually we talk of bomb Sweh, when usually we talk of anything of, let me say, juju or what we call witchcraft, or we say moreman or these things, what usually we do, we get totally petrified. We get scared, like, no way, blood of Jesus, you know, Holy Quran, bash it, Bible, bash it, we scatter it, tie it, bind it, wrap it. That's what we do. That's many of us, that's our instinctive reaction. So what I want to ask is this: why have our people still resorting to the ancient justice system? What is bomb Sweh? What is it? What is it? Is this something that is also, how long has it been practiced? Is it also in the Bible or not? What is it? On a day like, not a day like today, but a time like now, when the Sierra Leone, the new current government took power, it was our first lady who gathered imams around her and started cursing and swearing that anybody who meant bad for Sierra Leone, for them to have a lot of curses and let the hellfire break on them, let everything crash on them if they meant bad or they do something bad against Sierra Leone and Sierra Leoneans. Our first lady opened up with that. And all of a sudden everybody said, we will swear, we will swear, we will swear. Many of you know what I am talking about here. And then she also talked about mob justice. While she's gone to the Quran to talk and to swear, she also talked about mob justice, that if people do not behave themselves, there will be mob justice for them. She said this not once, but twice or three times, many times. And we saw that. So now, why is that? What's wrong with the justice system, our courts, our law system, our police officers, and so on? What's wrong with that? And they the ones who should be handling if crimes happen within Sierra Leone, within Freetown, within the city. If crimes happen, why should it be mob justice? Well, if we're bringing in mob justice, is it unreasonable to bring in bomb Sweh? Is it unreasonable? Because as we all know, to bring in any police, you all know in Sierra Leone, in Africa, for you to bring in the police in, you have to put a bit of money, you have to bribe them. It's very difficult. I'm not even going to the area of law. Let's leave that one aside. So, if we've started with the first lady bringing in to say we have to curse all of those who have been doing wrong or who mean bad for the country, and of course it means that we know that the police system is not very effective. You and I know many crimes that have happened in Sierra Leone that have not been solved. You and I know many people that have been denied justice, and we'll explain all of this. But now we have bomb Sweh, because finally things have got like so bad. We are going, the authorities in Lunge have resorted to bomb Sweh, which many of us will say we do not want to touch. Well, my people, let us watch the video. Baba Femi, if you are ready, please play the video for us and we'll discuss this further.
This thing they happen now, right now, the Central Nakafubulom Lunge. Usai, the chiefdom stakeholders them. The paramount chief, PC by Shabura Shababaya III, the honorable speaker, and other stakeholders them, especially Palmami, na Sokta Fonkwea section in Sefde. So, what happened then they swear today na Kafubulom chiefdom now for 3 issues. One, the people that were the thief, the government property were na EDSA, then solars and them transformers. The people that they don't see don't tianga one, they don't announce, they don't call police, they don't call all stakeholders there, but they not agree. So now the reason this then say, then they swear. So now the bomb swear this, where the chiefdom stakeholders them, then can with now Kafubulom chiefdom. As soon as see plenty people them today, then pack here. And again, the one that were thief, the solar lights them. Then solar panel lights them, then they swear. So the one that were they killed by command and themselves, then they swear. But basically, what in EXA when they do for the people of Kafubulom is very important. But mind you, when I realize say that we don't set up a committee for say let them stop for thief, then transformers they are. But people that don't agree at all. They don't thief over 20 transformers. This be made EDSA. Then Team Binkana, especially Mr. Nepo, with his own administrative from Freetown, then Binkan for can get this meeting inside Kafubulom chiefdom. So now, then they can swear for the one them where they thief the EDSA property, especially the transformers, now he make then they can swear. This they happen right inside Kafubulom chiefdom Lunge. The chiefdom all day in presence, stakeholders and they in presence because of this wonderful thing where they happen. For say, then talk to people that they then left for thief the transformers. They not agree at all. So now the reason this the bomb swear now they don't carry time. Where the people of Kafubulom spend plenty money for carry them bomb swear they are because the people them they don't talk to them, they don't agree. They don't hold police partnership board meeting, they don't agree. They don't get a community talk, they don't agree. So now the reason this they spend plenty money for say you earn day for tip them transformers there. You earn day for tip them solar there. You earn day for destroy the thing that where they happen inside Kafubulom chiefdom. For instance, like the mini stadium that they put domots there, then they thief them. Then they put domots there, then they pull them. So now the reason this, the chiefdom stakeholders they don't spend plenty money, then say they need for swear. As soon as see now the swear this where they right now in session. In session now the swear this. And this when the catch person now go you they go. Where this catch person now go you they go. So we just a link on a live from the Kafubulom mini stadium, Lunge.
Okay. Yes, okay, I'm back. I'm back with you guys. Okay, well, Fambulem, you've all heard it. They have spoken to the people, they refuse. Basically, for those of you who do not understand Creole, people have been stealing the solar lights. They have been, people have been hitting Okada riders and killing them, and it's like hit and runs. So there's been a lot of criminal activities happening in the area. And for some reason, somehow, the police have not been able to arrest anybody, prosecute anybody. So basically, the people are absolutely fed up with injustice, with crimes being committed, but nothing being resolved. They're tired with crabs. So, to discuss all of this tonight, we have here Mr. Ahmed Bangura, Mr. Boye JALLOH Jamboria, and then we have Dr. Kole Odutola. Now, I'll go first, with Dr. Kole. Dr. Kole, we have this thing we call bomb Sweh in Sierra Leone, where we say, we call it basically, in a way, is to put a curse on people. So you go and you swear, and if you say the wrong things, if you, you'll be cursed, and you could be cursed generations down the road. Okay, that curse could be on you. Within my family, I have similar experiences where one of my grand uncles, they had all gone and they had put a curse on a particular issue regarding some parts on land issues in the family, and it's taken many, many years to break that. Dr. Kole, you from Nigeria, Yoruba culture specifically, do you have anything similar? What is this thing that we call, if you have something similar in Nigeria, what is it? What is this bomb Sweh? What is this phenomenon?
Okay. First and foremost, we have to step back a little bit and look at how we arrived there. Where we were before we left, and we arrived in the modern way of policing, the modern way of taking prisoners and keeping prisoners, and the modern way of adjudication. So, but as a growing up child, I knew, and I'm sure you all have seen it before, when somebody steals in a school, in a boarding school, it takes too long to go to report to the housemaster and all of that. We would simply take a Bible and put a key in a particular chapter and ask two people to hold it. And usually, I have never seen it, but I have been told that once you mention the name of a person who stole the thing, the Bible will turn. It will just move, and then you would know it. But there are other systems. There are other things that are done to catch the thief. One of the things, when we were discussing, I was telling the cow footprint that Prince, that in conflict resolution, part of when there is conflict, one of the things that the Yorubas will do is that they would go to the, we call it Orori, to the graveyard of the big man in the family, the head of a family who is passed on. And everybody involved will state their case. And they have always found out that the wrong person would be fingered, will be pinpointed. And people tend to fear that a lot. And I take the lens in which I look at all of this. The African is still largely in touch with the, if you like, the primordial or the traditional way. The gods of the local areas are so effective and efficient because they are not far removed. They're not far removed. The shrines are there. You don't have to go into a building and then pray through Jesus Christ before it gets. This one, it is right there. If somebody offends one of the deities in Yoruba, you just go and take one of the taboos of that deity and pour it on the shrine and say that you were sent by that person to come and pour it, and immediately the anger will just go there. But before I cede the floor to somebody, I want to also just take a look at a paper that was written about indigenous African jurisprudential thought. Jurisprudence just means the philosophy of law on the concept of justice, a reconstruction through Yoruba proverbs. This was by a certain scholar, Jacob Arowoshegbe. And just that little bit of the attributes of justice. And it says, and I quote, a main attribute of justice in indigenous African jurisprudence, that is the philosophy of law, is reconciliation, a restorative justice model that no doubt is given credence in modern times in the emphasis on the use of alternative dispute resolution methods by parties to a dispute, as noted by Supreme Court of Nigeria in Egesimba versus Unyezurike. And he also quotes the Supreme Court. Customary arbitration by elders of a community is one of the many African customary modes of settling disputes. And once it satisfies the necessary requirements, the decision would have binding effect on the parties, and this creates an estoppel. It is recognized under the Nigerian jurisprudence, end of quote. And that's where I want to end that. So there are actually alternative dispute resolution methods. What we just saw in the video is one of the alternative but metaphysical resolution of conflicts. The thing about some of the African methods is that there is no room for appeal. And that is why you find of some of the bosses, God judge you. When God judge you, no appeal. You know, so there is no appeal system to overturn what has been done. And a lot of the people are so afraid of the deities stepping into their case because they do not know. It's not a constitution. Lawyers don't go there to argue or to defend or because the minutest thing in the English jurisprudence, you have to prove beyond reasonable doubt, atomy of doubt, that the person did it. Even when with our korokoro eye, we saw the man stealing a goat, we cannot, in the modern times, discipline him. So that is there. The last thing I would want to say, in time past, you didn't need the police. You just needed symbols. Symbols. Once somebody saw a corn, a dry corn on a farm, they dare not go there. At the gate of that farm, if you see a dry corn, the message they are passing on to you is that if you cross and do something that you should not do, as the corn has those swellings, so also will you have swellings all over your face. And because people have seen it, they have experienced it, they know somebody that it has happened to, they simply just withdraw. Let me leave it at that.
That is so important. I'm glad you mentioned two things there that Sierra Leoneans will recognize straight away. And it's interesting that the same thing seem to apply right across West Africa. The first thing he talked about is the Bible with the key. I remember very well doing that in primary school. I'm sure many of you in the Abule right now, Shiba concept, thank you for coming in the Abule. Please leave that man alone. All right, come and join us in the Abule here. Let us talk on something interesting here. Martha Bangura, thank you for joining us as well in the Abule here, and Mr. Bayana, who's also with us here, and Mr. Ahmed Hassan is also in the Abule. Now, many of you, I know many of you would have done that Bible and the key thing in secondary school or just in your community. And the second thing you talked about, which I think is important, is symbols. Symbols, how important symbols are. You just hang the lily thing at the gate, Mr. Ahmed Bangura, now you want to come to next. All right, talking about symbols. I want pass that baton over to you. Help we take them on from the waiting a bomb Sweh na Leone. Do you agree with the whole thing with the symbols? You don't want the incident symbol then they what we call Sweh, okay? Eh? Please, Mr. Bangura, take that on for Weaver.
Bra Yusuf, this Abulia, the boilo, if I the which man they want attack boy, it can't happen here today because
Bra, who don't broke the collar? Who don't broke the collar? Who don't put this?
It's in control. You know, one thing that is interests me, Doctor just said it. Bomb Sweh don't have no appeal. Because there is no appeal in Bomb Sweh, it means it's effective and efficient. That's why even when these things happen in Lunge recently, I spoke to a guy who is a very knowledgeable in Islamic knowledge. I said, my brother, what do you think about this Sweh business that happened in Lunge? He said, my brother, you better let them do it. He said, because people are in the habit of going around and steal all our solars. He said, even me in my mocks, they came, they stole my solar, and the inverter was gone. He said, now, if they swear, it's much better.
Wait, Mr. Bangura, hang on a second. Wait, Mr. Bangura, hold on right there, hold on. Please, for that one, I will lift my drum up. Now, Mr. Bangura, are you telling me people went to God's house and there we have Angel Jibril? We have all of those, they are guarding, and they still got away with the solar light. That one is something. Let me give that one drum. Now, please, carry on.
The reason why you see a lot of people don't joke with Bomb Sweh, because there's no happy, as I said. Like for now, they know this is God's house. They will go and steal there. When they finish, they say, God, Inna Allah Ghafurur Rahim. God is a merciful and forgiving. So they know they handle like this, they will go and steal. They know God will forgive them straight. No depends. But Bomb Sweh, my brother, sometimes he passed from generation to generation. And now, one thing I notice, since this incident took place in Lunge, people are appealing now to the government ministers to start swearing instead of using the Bible and the Quran. Yes. And now the appeal is going very, very strong in the social media. People are appealing. Now we don't want any parliamentarian to swear in the Quran or Bible. They're not scared. They know sometimes, even though it's effective, but it's delayed a little bit. But for instance, if they bring this Bomb Sweh in the parliaments, like we have our traditional paramount chief, that's why I see in African culture, only the paramount chief are more effective and efficient in their duties, because they have some ceremony they will perform while they're in that area of the bush before they come and start execute their duties. In terms of symbol, as he asked me, in Sierra Leone we have a lot of symbols. Sometimes people will use like the horn of a goat, tie some red cloths, hang it on the corn farm. The moment he saw that one along the way, nobody will go there, because they know there's a Bomb Sweh there. So these are something we cannot just ignore so easy as Africans, because we ignore it and we jump straight away to the Western civilization and forget about our culture. That's why today African cannot move going anywhere, because this culture, we need it. Even now, as I'm talking to you, even some area in China, they have their culture, they still maintain it. But Africa, we ignore totally and just jump straight away to white man culture, and it's not working. And if you watch that video, you see the guy was positioned the brooms, and those brooms, they are like antennas. These are the ones dictating around. You see them like broom, but they are no brooms. Literally, they are like antennas. These are the ones that dictate the people that steal. They will go around and show everything. And what they are doing there is CCTV. They will never accuse the wrong person. Months' time, Bomb Sweh will go pinpoint. Because in the Quran is there. Because they're working with genius. They're working with people that see beyond what we are seeing. They help them guard and catch these people that do the bad havoc. So these are some areas we cannot ignore as Africans. You know, this is very, very essential. We too early to leave our culture. It's too early. For instance, just like I mentioned earlier on, if you call Mother Bio to say, okay, now I can't swear here if he takes some government money, He's not going to do it. He's not going to steal nothing. Nothing. 1p will never disappear because they know if he try it, he will go. Instantly, he will go. This one, there is no doubt about it. So, Mr. Moderator, I'll just pass the baton to you. Let me see what your other colleague will have to say.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Bangura. You brought so many different angles. Now, my people, discussing this subject is not an easy thing because it's such a huge subject. Yeah, it's really a huge subject. So I can only say that what we are doing tonight, we are skimming around the surface, but hopefully to trigger more discussion, more investigation, so that we can begin to look into our own cultural traditional system. At the end of the day, what is it that works? Now we go forward with. We're going to find something we're going to make we work as Africans so that we go develop a country. We're not discussing this here simply because I want to just discuss what Sweh for praise. That's not the point of the discussion. The point of the discussion tonight now for figure a way for make we country go forward. How do we use we own cultural belief systems so that we country go advance? How do we do it? That's the question underlying all of this discussion here. So I hope we understand where we're going. But Mr. Boye Jalloh Jamburia, with so many points that Mr. Ahmed Bangura don't raise already, especially talk about the genes, he talk about the spirits guiding the broom, that the brooms are like antennas as well. In Ghana, that same broom system, they call it prae. In Sierra Leone, of course, we all know them call them bateau man. Yeah, we call it bateau. So the broom is a very important aspect of all of this as well. But that's one aspect in terms of investigating, finding who committed the offense. That is one aspect. We're going to come to the other aspect of resolution, which Dr. Colley talked about. We're going to talk about that aspect of resolution. And I think that again, very, very important as well. So, Mr. Jalloh Jamburia, please help with what's your own understanding of Sweh and just give me your own initial view on them for now.
Well, every justice system, as Dr. Benetrai for point out, getting methods where they use. You see, the problem we get in Africa is that we tend to move from with traditional systems, we come to Western systems where we don't understand. If we get to understand the role of the Sweh, the Sweh, we get to understand, first of all, how law and order is instituted in a society. Then we get to bring the spiritual side of the law and order implementation. Because even in the Western cultures, now I make way go na law court, they take oath. For say, I would say it's good, nothing but it's good. That's the spiritual side. Eastern religion then gets what in and say, a man is judged by himself, his karma. That the spirit of good and evil is determined by your conscience, your guilt. The Western courts then they use philosophy for try to prove guilt. Whereas the African legal system, basically they appeal to the psychology and the spiritual side for maintain social order. The spiritual side where now they intimidate people. You see, anybody who guilty, the first thing where they make a guilt show, now the intimidation procedure. Some man, even to the Western police, we come for and say, I don't come for arrest you. If he guilty, they see him and say this 90. The psychology of it, now first they begin points the guilt. And the African system, it perfects the use of that psychology for investigate crime. You see that Ariugbo or that Maogeda Sweh, a cow with red, it gets something and it will look like fire. So God, if na it, if na village, they begin afraid. Now the fear they make them, they detect, say down they guilty. Even now also small, we will find out, say, when things they happen, the guilty one will know them by the psychological investigation where the parents then they do. You see, what will they fail for do in Africa is, will they fail for build up them with traditional institutions, yeah, for modernize them. It's not that they are wrong. It's not that they are archaic. But we need for us, when we resort to them, what in that they tell we? I don't want to lead the discussion, but I think, say, the platform where I don't lay is, look at the system of justice. Western systems appeal to philosophy and social order. African systems appeal to psychology and social order. The Asians, then they look at the human built-in quality for express regret or joy, the karma. If you put these three together, you see the karma and psychology operating in Africa. Of course, the spiritual matrix day. People them way don't study metaphysics, they understand, say, there are other existence, there are other beings existing with us. Waiting, Sheikh been talk just now about the genie. That's a fact. Quantum physics is almost proving that now. Okay? So let's stop there for now, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Jamboria. I think you don't point out some very important aspects that we look at. We tend to look, as you say, we want to look at the spiritual, the psychology of we own system. Now, I want to push it a little bit further. Why do you think? And this is a plain question, but Dr. Colley, I'm going to come to you on this one. But why would our people go to this? I mean, if we have the police, maybe this is an obvious question, but I think I want to ask it just for the sake of our audiences, those who are listening. Why would our people resort to this? Why would they go to this system when we know that we've got the police there to report? Please, anybody to answer this, or maybe Dr. Colley, maybe you have a relatively
Let
short...
us to answer, then I'll come in.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let me... yeah. You asked the question, why would they go?
Yes.
As you well know, modern technology and modernity is very frustrating to people who don't have the wherewithal for what it demands. You look at the cell phone that we have. The frustration there is data. You need money to buy data. Many of us cannot find. So what do we resort in doing? Is either they go and they steal somebody else's phone in order to get the data. When you have your back to the wall, you look for the next, it's desperation. But in our case, we know we left something behind that was demonized by colonialism. It was not by choice that we left herbal medicine for fencing. It was not by choice that we left dongoyaro for chloroquine. The reason being that the economic system in which we were in dictated the kind of healthcare we would have. When you take dongoyaro, it probably, you know the neem tree as a director indica that you take when you have malaria. You will boil it, you take your shower with it. It takes like an hour or 2 hours or sometimes half a day. But chloroquine, the way it was sold to us is that as soon as you pop it in, give it 2-3 hours, you feel well, and then you start to deal with the after effect. They don't tell you that one. So, but they demonize the other one because if you stay out of work, most especially if you define work on the African continent, it is always the daily paid and wages. If you don't go to the market to sell, you don't make money. And most people cannot afford it. So if you look at that model, that it is the mode of production that determines our social relations and also determines the kind of things we do. Look at the due process and due diligence in what my brother talked about the philosophy and then against the psychology. One takes time because you have to establish all the premises. You have to establish what is evidence. And you know that the evidence, as in the Western model, is concrete. The biblical evidence, it says faith is the assurance of things hoped for, and the convictions of things unseen. That is evidence, but it is unseen, and yet people can live as if it exists. So the question of evidence in Western jurisprudence has to be first established. In the first instance, I can tell you this for free. If a criminal handles a gun and shoots a person, if a policeman does not wear a hand glove and picks that gun, and then they do the fingerprints, the criminal will walk. That is establishing a premise. I can give you another one, which is always philosophy 101. If a man gives you a gun when he's sane, right? And when you had an agreement, I will bring it on Friday, and you go back on Friday to return the gun, and the man has already gone insane. Do you fulfill the contract in which you have signed with the man to bring it on Friday, or do you withhold the gun so that he does not harm himself and the society? This is a question of justice. What do you do? So justice, as it were, sometimes can be situational. And these are the kind of things that the Western world would argue and end. For us, Organative man, he stole something. We all know he stole it. Well, you see, that we all know. In a non-African setting, where they live in, you remember that in America here, we live in what is called apartments, right? So how can you say we all know when we live apart, compared with the one in which we live in compounds?
Yeah.
Everybody is in everybody's business. So we can actually, the situation of our existence, the condition of our lives allows that you can go before the elders to say, I see it. One last thing, as to evidence. In the Hausa place, they say, do not take or make somebody who is chewing sugarcane a weakness. You cannot, if the judge or the customary law court president finds out that you have brought a witness who was chewing sugarcane when the incidents happened, they will not take evidence from that person, because they say somebody who is chewing sugarcane has lost his or her sense of reasoning. He's already transported to paradise, and so whatever he says cannot be taken. So you can see that. I mean, can you imagine going to a British law court and then the lawyer dismissing somebody, saying on the basis that we found that he was chewing sugarcane when the car knocked somebody down? They would think that you are mad. So you would see that justice is culturally specific. as much as it relates, as long as it looks as if there's this universal justice system and the universal human rights, as if it applies all over the world, the same thing. Yes, I know. Man shall not kill. But do you say that to a person in a war? So all of these things, they're not contradictions. They just bring about the location specificity of the philosophy and the context of the law. So why do they go to the police, is your question. They go to the police because it takes too long to get justice. And the police has to write reports, they have to do investigations, they have to talk to more than one person, and that takes time. Meanwhile, behind their backyard, there's something that is so effective and can detect. Now, what you should not ask me is the efficacy and the effectiveness of our system. Is it that we cow people to submit to what they didn't do? Have there been cases where somebody came out and said, you know, I didn't do it, but the the lie detector was faulty that day in case of the broom, and it just held my neck? We need documentation, but I don't know whether anybody has come up to disprove whether these things are efficacious or whether they're effective. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Before you come in, Mr. Boy Bangura. Mr. Boy Bangura. You see, I'm because I was going to go to
I am Bangura and Kamara.
Now, just before you do,
it's not enough. I am connected to them.
They arrest my case. But I want to ask all the viewers. First of all, Adam Akonte, thank you for coming. Kunku Mansare, welcome into the Abule. You're all welcome. Now I want to ask you, Adama, Kunku, Cyrilia Davidson, all of you that are watching, do you have experiences of where a batonman has come out, a broom catcher, the pot catcher that we have in Sierra Leone? Do you have any evidences of the efficacy of all of these, of some of these processes that, of course, Dr. Colley has just mentioned there? It'll be great if you do. Please share them on our Facebook chat or on the YouTube chat. Let us see, because these are the kind of things we're talking about. How effective has it been? I'm going to throw this at Mr. Jambore. I know you want to come in, but I'm not going to go to you now. I want to go to Mr. Ahmed Bangura. Mr. Bangura.
Yes, sir.
What has been your experiences so far? Because now we're looking at the efficacy of this system here. We've already talked about what is the bomb Sweh, but I'm sure we'll go back to that. But efficacy is a question here, and it's a very, very serious question. And also the question of why do people go there? What would be your own answer to at least those two? Efficacy and why do people go there?
Okay, let me start why people go there, because to be honest, we all don't see the justice system in our country. For now, if you are poor, even if you have the rights, they will twist it. You understand? The police, how many times you see police do false arrests? Wrong people, accusing them. Sometimes people just fed up with the entire system. They know corruption is all over the places. Then people just say that, what, let's go the traditional way, and it's very cheap. And let me say 90% is efficient. But all the time where they can get it wrong, just like I tell you, even inside the Quran, they did it. They say, Motaman, they go to the jinn then, go ask for help, go ask for knowledge, go ask for assistance. And if you go meet that bad jinn, it lead you bad. Sometimes me not only thief, just the jinn wale corruption kind inside the family, you go say, now Muhammad ain't thief. Now you can make like go to the power talk, the broom, they hold you. At the end, when they ask the person will say, just because the broom, you don't hold me truth, I make another alternative, pass a day for just answer. Because if you don't answer, you will die. But most time, not true, they catch. But they lie in the back. So the judiciary system, this one going back to the traditional, me, I don't say let them go worship them Saturday, no, but it's actually they help a little bit as Africans. Because the white people then are their own philosophy, this we then believe. He work for them very, very right. We all know this he work for you just because we not preserve them. We not get people them, they take notes. For them say, okay, now all they go school, we therefore learn this as a subject. You understand? This is not happening. That's why people don't believe in our cultural system or tradition. They say, oh, it's rubbish. Ultimately, they go begin to follow this then. Because, preserve. People do not look after them. And even now, when I'm talking to you, we don't even have a correct museum, even in Sierra Leone, where you can go, say, okay, this is not for diamond, but to get diamond, but there's no museum for diamond in Sierra Leone. It's not possible. The system is not working because we just jump. You see?
Wow. There's a few comments here I want for bringing. Sweet Tea is saying all genes are bad. Basically, all those spirits are bad.
That one I can deny him. We have some jinn that go to Makkah every Friday and they go pray Juma. Some jinn they are Muslim. So they not get no religion and they bad one and they not get religion. But who they are Muslim, they go pray every Friday, they go to Makkah. Any side than they. So people always get highs when they see them. They will tell you, say that man in jinn again a Muslim jinn. So for say all the jinn them bad, no. Because the Quran, it come for we the Motaman and jinn. So you go find some bad one and they just like with the Motaman, they find some bad one and they find some good one. So the person talk down there, I go just disagree with a little bit there.
Wow, it's so interesting. The moment when we say that, when that person come, literally the Facebook page just lit up.
It's no ballistic.
Everybody they go like, what?
I want to tell the person.
Mr. Jamboria, I'm coming to you now.
I want to tell the person, say,
yes.
Every human being gets a counterpart gene when I'm guiding angel.
And well, Kadi is asking.
All bad, then you bad, me you not bad.
Okay. Kadi, they ask, have you seen a gene? That's what the question. Have you seen one?
Tell her she has seen her own gene in a dream. They appear to us all the time, but you have to be spiritually developed to know it's them.
You see, now, can I just say something here to my people who are watching this show? Generally, when we mention the word gene, in Sierra Leone particularly, the first thing what we think of devil. That's how we think of devil.
Yeah, which is wrong.
Now we get if you're not Christian or Muslim and you actually accept, not just believe, but accept for say then get angel Gabriel. You know when they see a more, but you accept say then get all the you even accept say Satan day. You know when they see her. All right, before I even go say you accept say God day. You know when they see her. What in effect we don't say and accept all the time is that there are unseen forces. The Bible writes and very clear. Everything we see come from waiting we not they see. If then they not prove to we enough for say that we are more than this. We are more than this body waiting up so. Now then they make who you think something. Now make the Bible say as a man thinketh, so is he. Because through your thought process, that unseen thought process becomes a physical, tangible reality.
Thank you.
Now, if you understand that, then you go understand what we mean when we say gene, or when we say spirit, or when we, because you say you're spirit man, people don't use that word there all the time. When you say spirit man, what you refer to are genes, but that's what they refer to. Now, it is down to you how you work with that unseen energy, that unseen force. Let's not be naive about this. Let's be very clear about it, and let's not be ignorant about this. This is what has made people incredibly powerful. Don't be ignorant about it. The Bible says very clearly, we are not dealing with physical flesh. It says we're dealing with entities and unseen forces and powers and principalities. What does that mean? They tell you that there are energies around, there are forces around. The last time on this show, I talked about say when I go to my village, I can go there and go wash my body. They use leaves there for wash my body. So people they are like, cow footprint? Yes, I do. Because every time you go around in different areas, there are energies where your body electrically they attract. And their energy, that they even a smell self, with the attract them, it can affect you. So, yes, I go, they use leaves for bring the body back to a natural carbon state. Not to for do bad to anybody, but for correct me system. And they quietly inside darkness. Then, of course, you get leave the way go drink and clean the inside of your body as well. All these are very important. Which man call them detox. Because energy, electricity, they go inside your body. Let's not be ignorant about this, my people. Let's be woke, if I go use that word. The Lord will wake up that we people and get knowledge of all of these things. Today, the youngest humankind are coming up with ideas, what they call medicine. But what's happening is they're going full circle. Then they come back to what we people they know. Herbs and how connected we are to the earth. But anyway, just addressing this thing about genes. I want to move on. Mr. JALLOH Jamboria.
Yes, sir.
We are talking of justice. We're talking of the African traditional justice system here. You've talked about the psychological side of it, the unseen side. We don't bring about the genes and so on, as the people that use bomb Sweh and so on. But I want for somehow bring comparisons, if I may. I don't know if this is a possibility, but for look at the Western justice system, because of course that's what you were talking about. But I want to make you expand on that for me a little bit more. The Western justice system versus we own African justice system. And I want for the expander because I want to go towards when we look at Kagame in Rwanda, how he used their own traditional justice system for settle massive conflict with them with the genocide. I wonder if you're capable for addressing
I think I understand what you try for connect, sir. You see, social order, now they bring people then together where they determine with level of civilization. One mistake we don't make in Africa, where they revisit back, is that, as Doc been say, we allow foreign systems them for can make we system them look very little and funny. We adopt them foreign systems here, we not understand them very much. And because the foreign systems that we adopt, they are propelled by a monetary economy we will not understand. A lot of failings begin coming inside the system we don't lead we to corruption and usa so today. And therefore, the very first thing I go say before I go further is that we they resort back to its traditional systems because the institutions the way they make we for believe don't fail. We don't lose trust in them. Now loss of trust in the Western institutions. Now they lead we back to bomb Sweh. Not to say the police is not efficient. Not to say the Western legal system not efficient. But because we never understood these systems, we looked at them as both status and money-making institutions. We made them very inefficient, such that now they cannot work for us. So what do? We go back to what we know. And coming to the issue of the question of efficacy, if we connect them with the fact that we get a spiritual side of we life, and that spiritual side now connects to the beings, then what they call genii. What you believe in is what you are. A writer will do a lot of work in the early 19th century, James Allen. He do a very popular work where he say, as a man thinketh. He say, man is mind, and he molds his environment according to how he thinks. If you believe, say, this stone get power, they get the power because you put your spirit in it. So the efficacy depends on the faith, just like the Western religion or even Islam. according to your faith in them, now so you they become strengthened in the religion. You cannot become what you don't believe in. So the efficacy, we don't have to question it. We cannot discuss it. It's there for us to propel by our conviction, our faith, and our involvement. But what we have to look at is, if the Western systems, they fail, because then they take too long, then they use philosophy, and some of this philosophy now we over philosophize them in Africa, because somebody want to put money in their pocket. You understand? So if you want to get the one way they work for you very fast, where you going from Sweh, tomorrow morning, the person out of fear, he won't come meet you, able to do big, una try cold water for me. You don't go there. You see, we get to look at it from that complex matrix. The psychology involved, the social, the societal order what they look for, what the people then believe say they work for them. If it works for you, go for it. China, with all them their advancement, they know herbal medicine works for them. They use it. 90% of the Chinese medicine are herbs. We now, Shekutu will be the drinker for men malaria, now we cause them. First the way small, way belly block, then they go creep that tika, he call himself, that tico be get that light green. Then beat them, they mix out them, then you say drink, you purge. You detox your system. You now, you go wash your body. People look at it funny. No, it's not. Maybe those herbs have something they do to your psychology. The man in India, you know, they go wash with herbs. In the sit down, meditate. A detoxing system. I meditate most of the time. When I feel confused or whatever, I just go into quiet meditation. I let me spirit and me worries go. I come back, I feel everything normal. It happens. If you believe in it, it works. So if we talk about Sweh, we not get for begin questioning efficacy or not get for look as a lesser power. It's the same psychology, the same philosophy that you find in a Western court. When you go to a Western court, that judge they wear one white thing and head like fiber like carry for make you afraid. Then you Bible or Quran say swear. That's all don't put fear by you. So if you are guilty, they will know. You understand? Even in the Sharia court, they use all these procedures. Because one way you can investigate the human being, especially when it comes by investigating the mind of the man, you have to use a psychological instrument. And the African traditions, then they don't perfect that. That man they plant in Kasada, I know say people they can't even a net. And they wrap red pieces number per one stone. They ain't gandhi. Not such anything about nobody know the good day.
Now I wonder how many of we here don't pass by a cassava farm. You see the cassava farm and you see the red thing hanging there. What do you remember? They'll tell you, I just take it down, put it on, and piss on it. And when you pee on it, that will scatter everything. And
well,
then
that's what they told you psychologically, but the fact is, the thing was never working. But the psychology made you feel it's working.
Yes.
So you see, now we look at this issue from that point of view. What worked for the people, let us build it up. We get a customary law department. If these things work for the people, let us have people do research on it. Let us have it modernized. Let us have it become part of our legal system. Instead of we judge the weather with my robe, now begin wear runko We put cap the officer the carry you go. Let's see if law not effective.
But our own system of research is very different from the Western epistemology. How knowledge, how we know what we know in the Western world is different. And this is what Molefi Asante has been saying, that most Africans want to use Western instruments to judge African value system. These are two different things. I remember in my class, in my botany class, pharmacognosy.
In about 2 hours, then call me for our emergency program for Sarah.
In pharmacognosy, we invited Chief Priest Ebohon to come and tell us how plants work. And the man looked at us, he saw us with our petri dishes, and he saw us with our pestle and mortar. And he said to us, he said, you know, when you pluck these leaves and you put these gentle leaves in your pestle and mortar and you hit their head, that the spirit that is in it will disappear. And then when you put all of the tests in it, you don't get anything and you say it doesn't work. He said for us, we don't just go pluck the leaves when we feel. We go there at certain times. And when he explained it to us, he even made a lot of scientific sense to us. So some of these things that you're asking us to research, our own research methods and methodology are very different from the Western system of finding out. How do you find out? How do you find out that somebody has a mental problem? One of the things that I have been told, and late Professor Opako keeps on saying, that there is no prognosis in the Western, in the African curative system. You look at a person like this, you use both your experience and your metaphysical powers to determine what the problem could be. And like I've said over and over and over again, in the African herbal system, you would strengthen the system of a person, but in the Western pharmacopoeia, they would send a poison to kill the pathogen that worries you, and then there will be side effects. So you would see that how do measures, let's even not go to measures and dosages when it comes to the African herbal medicine. So it's the same thing with situations that you want us to record. You know what, my brother? Most of us are not ready to do what it takes to learn the African way of life. First,
exactly, sir.
You must commit intellectual suicide. Meaning you will remove this Western nonsense and get initiated. Now, once I say that, if there are 10 people in the room, by the time I open my eyes, only 1.5 will be there. Others would have run out through the window and through the door when they hear the word initiation. Yet these same people, when they are matriculating, look at the ritual dress they wear for matriculation in universities. Look at the cap they wear. And then somebody carries something in front they call the mace, which is exactly what the chief priest will carry when they are going. Instead of dress, they will put red color here and put white color here. They don't wear a dress. They simply symbolize it. But that gown that they wear for graduation or for matriculation, can anybody wear it to the store? It is a dress for ritual. Here you hear the word faculty. In that word is a cult. But the Western world has so made their cult the Ifa culty. The Ifa Ifa that the Yoruba people have is a cult here in American institution. We have so gotten used to it that it is okay to have a cult in an institution. But when I tell you to come and dress one half in white and one half in red, immediately people begin to piss in their pants.
In Sierra Leone, Dr. Colley, we have a clothes that we used to wear. We call it Sarah clothes. How many of you have worn Sarah clothes there? You know, let's give the Sarah clothes a drum. Hey! All right, that one is for Sarah clothes. For those fuller people, Mr. Juma Ba, you are in the house with us. All of those fuller people that have worn Sarah clothes, it's got red and it's got white and it's got red, and we wear it. Sometimes they will wear that clothes. It's for protection. Sometimes if a child is ill, we'll wear Sarah clothes. And of course, when we go through this thing, and I'm glad what you brought there about ritual, because the bomb Sweh itself, which is triggering this whole thing about pursuing justice, is almost a ritual. Well, it's not really almost; it is a ritual. Now, from the religious angle, I mean, I'm going to come to you, King Mufasa, but I want to look at it from the religious angle, because we've been hitting on that a little bit, and I know. Right now, there are some people in the Abule right now. Let me, first of all, before I come to Mr. Bangura, like Marcus Johnson, welcome in the Abule. It's like it's my first time I'm actually hearing your name in this Abule, so welcome very well. Augustine A. Conte, welcome inside the Abule, and also we have, of course, Sweet Tea and DJ K-Man. DJ K-Man, I know you asked the question earlier on, but hopefully it will be answered, or maybe it's been answered already. But now, and there are some people, of course, who are here who are very, very religious people already. And of course, you know, talking like this for some of these people will be like, hey, how can you talk like this? We have Othaniel Goodin. He says, how come America, you know, is a powerful nation, is a very powerful nation, and we are talking of, you know, African black power, you know, and that's his question. I don't know who will answer that question, but maybe, but I want to pass this over. I'm going to throw that question out in the open, but I want to take it over to...
I would answer him.
Okay. All right, okay. Can you please answer that question? Then I want
America use organized psychology backed by the gun. We molested our own systems. That's why we are backward. So,
Mr. Othaniel, that's the name, Mr. Othaniel Goodin. I hope you got your answer. So basically,
but my brother, before you go on,
yes,
you see, this is exactly what we're saying. The question, if you read the question, why is America powerful? You didn't ask powerful in what?
Intimidation.
So, when we're comparing, it is true apples and oranges are both fruits. But let's be careful what we are saying. Remember that America would not be America today if there were not slaves that worked for free for 300 or so years. Let's be, and okay, the question, the brother can turn it around and say, why can't Africa not also go and get slaves to come and work? I leave that there. I will leave it hanging. The other answer I will give comes from late Professor Ali Mazuri. He said the African sees the ocean as a resource where you get fish, where you have leisure. But the white man that came to Africa saw it as a place of expanding their own territory. Africans have been traveling to America not to go and conquer anybody. There are evidences to show that there were people who had canoes and they came. But nobody would allow that. This whole question of power, America is not powerful. If America is powerful, look at that tiny thing, unseen virus. It shot everybody in America in their house. America is powerful. Yes, it is powerful. And it has been making all of them look like masquerades traveling around with half of their faces covered. America is powerful. It took just a little virus that they cannot see to bring the so-called powerful to their knees. America is powerful. America is powerful with all those that they have used, the Native Americans. I mean, it is true that spectacle, what shines, all that glitters is not gold, but it is very, very easy to simply just go with it. Oh, America has skyscrapers. And you know what? Go and ask from Henry David Thoreau, the environmentalist in America, who abandoned his brother's property and went to live by the lake and lived without any of the attachments of modernity. And what is happening now? Go and check eco villages in America. Type it in, Google it, and find out what we are returning to in the powerful America. In the powerful Britain, what is Britain without the empire? They stole all the colonies blind. Okay, Kole, you're talking about a past. My brother, if I steal from you and I build skyscrapers and I get your children to rent the skyscrapers, I am made for life. You can say whatever you like. Go ahead and lionize all these thieving nations and oppressor nations. I mean, you are free. The same Africa you're talking about, of all the resources, of the cobalt, please go and listen to Jeffrey Sachs. He just gave, you have that video where Jeffrey Sachs was talking about what has happened. Yes, yes, they're all powerful. Yes, they're powerful. Thank you, my brother.
Wow. I think that's a very, very important point to raise here, because when we're looking at justice system, again, as I said, I want to look a little bit into the way how the religious system look at it. So I go to Mr. Bangura, but I think the next question I want to get to is access to justice system, which we've already mentioned earlier on, but I wanted to expand on that a little bit. But Mr. Bangura, please address this topic for us. Maybe you can also begin to address the thing about access to justice system, but from a religious point of view, please. From a religious point of view, what does it mean? How do our people go and seek justice? Do they have to wait until we die and then go to heaven and then that's where we get justice by, or no? I mean, for example, you talked about the imam in Lunge who says, you know what, please let them bring the bomb. Sweh. Right now, maybe Angel Gabriel was sleeping or had a day off and they have taken everything off. I don't know. But maybe they don't, maybe they don't steal in the churches. Is there anybody here who's a Christian who can maybe bring, something forward? What's the story? What's your own point? Has an angel been put in position that has caught a thief somewhere or something? I don't know. What do you do to seek justice in the church or of course, in this case, in the mosque? Please, can you help us address this thing a little bit?
Yeah, just like I say earlier on, this system, we cannot ignore it. And in terms of Islam, we know Islam condemn most of anything way they do in a magic stuff. Islam condemn them, because the reason why they condemn them, because no one end up for using bad to another people, and when they not get the ability and the strength and the know-how. Just because you're powerful by yourself, you go around and harm other people. But if you use that in a good way, as we always describe the white people, they use their own foreseeing things they only they see in a good way. We say if we use that in a good way, even this bomb Sweh, if we use that in a good way, I feel say it's very nice for we say. It's very, very okay. But the moment you start using the wrong way, that's where we get problem. You get in Sweden, and then at the night they worship, and God don't tell us they don't worship, not in person. So these are some of the things. But if you get them to dictate something, white man did make something, they tell us this is a lie detector. Can we say this is haram? White, even a man when a Muslim, they go use them. But just because we don't think the way the doctor me don't say, we need to try to modernize our own culture that we get. This is where people and things say our culture is bad or tradition bad. But there's nothing bad about it. It's just to see how we can able, like how they talk about us. So now people who then get them, we when they talk about us, we not even know, we not get them, we not see how they operate. Now what thing they tell me from books and what we don't see from previous experience. Now they try for say. What about the people now we see them they inside it and some of them so they even hear that they watch. Maybe so then a witch man or you get another special forces them, how then we use them in a very good way, we will benefit you as a nation. Because if we not try to put them in place, we'll not go grow as a nation. We'll not go ever grow. We'll not go ever grow because there are things you can't go beyond. There are some tradition you cannot break. You know? Some the way break them, not taboo.
I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
I want to ask a really blatant question here. In looking at justice system in Sierra Leone, Nigeria, Ghana, wherever, and again, I'm asking this question openly to everybody who's watching this. Could anybody here look at the Western justice system that we have adopted, that we are carrying on through? How effective has it been for us? The reason why I'm asking this question is, Mr. Bangura, you just said that, make we use we system for right because the white people have used their own for good. And I keep hearing this question, this statement being made all the time. The white people have used theirs for good. Well, the last discussion we had, I think we established very well, I think King Mufasa established very clearly that there are many scientists who have used the science knowledge for making the atom bomb, that destroyed Nagasaki and Hiroshima. The guns that have literally just infiltrated everywhere in America, in England, and all over the world. Guns, literally. And so now there's more people dying from this technology of these very people than we can imagine. So, in that same light, because while we are saying that the Western people have used their knowledge for good, I think sometimes it's questionable, because if they've created a trawler to go and fishing, how much fish do we have in the ocean right now, if we're going to question? So let us look at the justice system, I guess, in that light, okay? There's one thing Dr. Colley also mentioned, which I guess he referred to it as situational justice, right? Not so long ago, to take a black person and put a noose around his neck and hang him up in America was perfectly right. Nobody will question you. It was just right. And in fact, up till recently, to just shoot and kill a black man, no big deal. Now that's the justice system that we have there. Can we really say that it is just like it's a perfect justice system? I don't think anybody can say that. So I think when we're looking at our own African systems, there will be flaws. Definitely there will be flaws. I can give you an example. For example, there's in Ghana, I was watching a video where a lot of women had been sort of like kept in a big compound because they said these women are witches and that they need to be cleansed from witchcraft and they need to prove that they are witches. Now in Sierra Leone, we're familiar with that topic. Now a lot of the women were old women. They were locked in there. And one of the women was found guilty by the way a chicken died. So the way they saw the chicken die, they said, this woman, she's guilty, she definitely is a witch. Now, how can we take such a system or such a thing and say that woman is a witch? And there are many, many things like this we have in many regions across Africa, and I'm sure Sierra Leone is not excluded in this. Sierra Leone is also part of it as well. Does that mean then the whole bomb Sweh is bad? Does that mean that this whole thing is wrong? Does it mean that? So I want us then to, looking at this, let us come into, I want us to look at the justice system we've adopted. how effective has it been, or how not effective has it been? I'm going to throw this question first to Mr. Jamburia to address this topic for us. You're the first man I want to look at this.
I think I've said it just now, and I repeated it previously. What you believe is what works for you. The efficiency of the systems, with psychology, get a lot to do with them. Even with development, with psychology gets a lot to do with them. The justice system they use, we adopt them from people them will not take time for explain to we a lot of things. With all due respect to the judiciary systems in Africa, all those systems that are operating on the Western jurisprudence, you find out that all they do is they quote precedents. You understand? So they are telling us we are following what we are told. Whereas the African system, we're based on psychology, that bomb swear or whatever, they tell you say, that's what the Gina say, they with me now. So he is telling you, this is what I dictate, this is how I believe it, this is how I understand it. I hope you understand what you are trying to say.
Yes, I do. I get you.
If you adopt anything, I don't care whatever it is in your life, if you adopt anything where you not fully understand, you're not go ever able to do them properly. The one we understand them, ain't able to do them properly. The Western legal systems, they work for certain nations. I will tell you freely, say, when you come to Scandinavia, you see the Western legal system operating. But when you go places like America, you get complex factors them where they make the system not operate. One, the society is capitalist. The system should be protecting the rich. Two, you get this racial issue in the American society. How do you create the balance for the system to operate? Whereas when you come to places them where you get unitary culture, where the people are always, they look at themselves as the same, the system works. The same back if you go now with village settings, because the people in the villages, they all look themselves as the same, then bomb cell system, they work for them. Because there, it's not about antipathy or sympathy, it's about making the best possible judgment, which is based on empathy and maybe psychology. You understand? Whereas now the Western system, you get a lot of antipathy when it comes on the application. The black man in America, they suffer a lot of antipathy. So the system cannot work for him.
I want to bring a quote here that somebody is just bringing in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people are bringing this in. Carl Kamara says, the ACC, that is the Anti-Corruption Commission, and I'm sure there is ACC also in Nigeria. It says, it's wasting our country's resources. If someone steals salon money, simple put a bomb swear, and let's see if they will steal again. So I'm going to ask the question in light of this, because there's so many comments here people are making that I want to bring into the conversation here as we're looking at the justice system. Because from this says bringing the bomb swear. Well, this bomb swear, in my view, if I look at, if I go back to what
it depends on the people who they steal as politicians. If they believe the bomb swear, if they not believe, I know they work.
Okay, so then are you telling me then?
What you believe is what works. That's what I'm emphasizing on.
Yes, okay, I hear that, but then, are you trying to also tell me, like what Mr. Bangura has just said, for those who believe in the Quran or in the Bible, those who are swearing in that Bible, they are swearing in that Quran, because that's what we use in both the church and the parliament. you know, it doesn't seem like it's working at all.
Since independence, we have had people taking oath with the Quran and the Bible. What do we have? Don't tell if we begin use bomb Sweh, go work. Maybe they believe in bomb Sweh because all we politicians and they look grown and get mercy, man.
Okay, now I wonder if there's anybody in the audience here, anybody who's listening to this thing. Mr. Bayana is saying good night to. Oh yeah, good night to you, Mr. Bayana. You know, it's a pity you're leaving us, but he has contributed so much in the whole conversation here, Mr. Bayana. But so, do you know anybody in Parliament, in our government, that has gone and used Sweh Moreman? Do you know? If you do,
Mr. Moderator.
Yes.
You see, when you listen to the Dibias, the Babalawo, you know, why is it that during election or when elections are coming, the number of missing people simply just skyrockets? When there's election is coming, people just start to miss, and the traffic to the ritualists would increase.
Yeah.
These people you say do not believe in Sweh, they actually do consult the Marabas. They consult the different diviners to help them win the election. But they don't go in the daytime. They go at night. But even, let me set that apart a little. Politicians, you know, the ways of politicians are never straight. They are the most crooked human beings in the world. What they have front and center is their own self-interest. And once their self-interest, no matter how it is catered for, they will follow it. But let's set that apart. You asked a very fundamental question, that what is the quality of the judicial system that we have inherited on the African continent? Look at the judicial system that most Francophone countries inherited. Compare it with the ones in which the Francophone, the Anglophone, the Francophone, the Arabophone, those who speak Arabic. So we have these different kinds of legal systems, right? One of the things that you should start with, because in a law court, what is tested are the laws. I want you to focus on how our laws are made. You know that in America here, the lobbyists are the ones who influence the direction of what becomes law. In most of the African countries, the self-interest of the politicians who represent a particular political class decides on the direction of the laws they make in parliament. Yeah. We need to first and foremost look at how the laws are made, apart from how the Constitution was derived. So that aside, before I go further, I want you to look at the nature of religion that we inherited. There are people in Latin America that got the same kind of thing, and they evolved to what they call liberation theology. How come most African countries have not evolved into liberation theology? I leave that hanging. What is liberation theology? It is a theology that accepts that the poor must be taken care of and uses all of the principles, either in the Quran or the Bible, to support the poor. It is not the other way around, where the poor are supporting the pastors. So first, when we get it, we first flatten it, and bastardize it. Look at capitalism. Capitalism and the average African mind does not go together. What we say is that capitalism is amoral, not immoral. It is amoral. It does not consider morality, because there are some things that are moral that are not legal. And there are some things that are legal that are not moral. Pricing. I want you to take a look at pricing. One of the fundamentals of a production, industrial production. Price is a very important one. How has Africa dealt with pricing? The Africa that sells commodities in the commodity markets, cocoa, they sell it, and when it becomes chocolates, most Africans cannot afford it. So pricing, so the kind of capitalism that does not give your economic elites the sense of adding value to the resources is definitely not a right capitalism. And you know that democracy, capitalism, and the institutions of democracy are all tied. The same thing with the judicial system is tied to the kind of market you have. The judicial system is tied to the kind of political system you have. It's tied to the economic system you have. My brother, start from the fact, where does the allocation for the judges come from? Is it the Sierra Leonean government that is paying the judges? Or they have an exco and a dedicated account that can pay them, and they don't have to give judgments that will favor the government? We might have a democracy on the continent, but most of our leaders behave like monarchies.
Exactly.
They are what we call in Yoruba Kabiesi. In fact, in some countries, we call our president Baba, father. To show you how totally warped most of the modern systems in which we have accepted, inherited. Let me not talk about education, because you need to talk about the legal education that eventually feeds the legal institution. What do they learn and how do they learn it? Like my brother said, it is all precedents. You have to learn the number of cases and the ratio decidendi. Lawyers call something the ratio decidendi. What is the core of that decision that was made? And then you invoke it. So don't ask, if you ask the question in isolation, that our judicial system, is it working, is it efficient? Even look at the police. I don't know what you call your own in Sierra Leone. In Nigeria, it's called the Nigerian Police Force.
But it's the same in Sierra Leone, the Sierra Leone Police Force.
You force the people, because that was exactly what the colonial masters wanted. It could also be Nigerian Police Service, where they offer a service, but they rise up to their name of forcing people. The Yoruba name for the police is somebody who carries a truncheon. Olokpa. Olokpa. It carries a truncheon. So this matter, it's a complex matter. It's intertwined. That we can't pick one. Because when we pick it, you know, the Yorubas will say, Baba fagburu, buru afagbo. If you pull the twig, it will pull the shrub. All of our lives are interconnected, and it runs to the point that the elites, we do not have African-minded elites in leadership.
So
we have people who are devoted to the former colonial masters.
Okay, can I take it? Can I take that
they are
point?
seen as the enemies of society.
But what you've just said there, I want to ask a question. You says there, the African leaders do not have the African mindset when they're leading. I mean, even today, I was asking myself that question while I was thinking of this program, and I just thought to myself, well, wait a minute, we leaders, they sit down actually planning when they're in power. They are planning that I'm coming to take money, and they can't take Boku money. I'm going to take resources. I'm going to put it in England and America and Germany. I'm going to hide it somewhere and then run away. When I finish my office, I'm to run away and go and live in that other country, which is not my country. Right? Just that thinking boggles my mind. So, in relation then to Sweh, should our African leaders be asked to take Sweh? And I know people have asked this question already in the Facebook chat. A lot of people have asked that question there.
Let us try it.
Should our African leaders begin to take the Sweh? Because what we're saying here, what Dr. Colley has just so wonderfully explained, is that everything is intertwined. Yeah. And what Mr. Jalloh Jambore have also said is the fact that if you do not believe something, it means you don't really care. If you don't value something, you will not invest in it. Yeah. You understand? And if you do not invest in it, it means you're not going to make any, you're not putting any capital in it. So the whole thing will just end up, collapsing in the first place. So what then should we do? For the Europeans, before the American stands there, he holds the Bible, which is their own Sweh, and swears that I will take care of America. Or you put your hand like this, I don't know how they do it, you're in America, and you swear by the Bible. And by golly, they try to make sure, they try to do their best. The same with England. So if the Bible or the Quran is not working, should we then resort to Sweh? Mr. Mr. Bangura, you're the one I'm going to first ask that question. Should our people, our leaders, put Sweh? It should not just be the Bible. It should be Sweh. Let's get rid of the Quran. Let's get rid of the Bible. Let's put Sweh. What do you say about that?
Yeah, this one, if I want to come inside, I go just go to the palm, don't talk. Because now all to believe, now for put before people. I think on the other side, and they make a little bit of mistakes.
Yes.
They bring the Quran, they bring the Bible, then they put the Sweh.
Yes.
And 99.9% of most politicians in Africa, they go to them, Baba, then they for go consult. Yes. But the moment they see that Sweh in our parliament, all man will begin to take caution for say, oh, because even what team they talk just now in terms of that ACC, yeah, they bring the elite from Nigeria, well-landed man. How much they pay that man? A lot of money. How many days they can spend as a lot of time. And the people then they surround all that system. Sometimes we not get that money there for supporting kind of system. They, but if not Sweh them in couch, so okay, the man all they don't say them in thief. All they can deny before can put them in a commission of inquiry. Now they just can a parliament on this particular day. No man can swear go na host for say we need a power, you know me the thief. Right. Wallah, you go see if you go see people say they go safe at that place.
Everybody don't find out all the things.
Long thing. The system then they therefore bring a more unexpected. You know, consult nobody. So these are some of the areas that we're not going to ignore as Africans.
So from your point of view, let me bring all thing come. Let's bring the Quran or the Bible for the bomb sweating at the middle. Okay, let me bring in Mr. Juma. We just don't come in. Mr. Juma, bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? Na parliament, na bank, na court, bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh?
Bomb Sweh. And thank you so much, Yusuf, and everybody. It's been an educative program and very informative as well. So, again, like you say, me think say all thing for calm, okay? Because the very people we now the politicians, the lawmakers, all of the ways, so even the judge them, the magistrates them, they all go seek protection for let other people lay eye blind, let them not see the way that they do the bad thing them. So then they go seek protection against the bomb Sweh. So if you bring the bomb Sweh car, then go take things seriously. I don't know if you remember, we get a story, Mr. Boy JALLOH Jamboree obviously know that story there. Where they say this man then can put then bring a kind of court for can't try him, but na lie then the lie pana. So the judge tell us say, well, I sentence you. Now himself say I sentence you. When they make the man carry the man go, they told the man they can't go na Paremba Road. The judge never grab na city self fascinated. So personally they go bring the man come. You know, it can't come. You know, the judge says, well, it be try for twist the judgment and all that thing. And so this is a simple example. We've talked a lot about politician and, you know, the bomb Sweh thing and all that. Do you know that Boku politicians during campaign and all that thing and then they swear, put salt and beef and pass ceremony and swear, you know, like where they get a delegates conference. Because you never for go carry the man at court. You don't go pay him, you don't support him all this year for let you delegate for go vote for you. Let you know you get symbol, for example. But then you go decide for go vote for somebody else. But that politician, he don't put you now, don't swear on that beef and salt, don't eat that. You're afraid for go vote on that side. You know, because you don't afraid the bombs. So them believe in the thing for protect waiting they want. So why we self not for do as a country, you can put and if you believe yourself come inside it. Just what you call a couple of days ago, this is something that just happened with because they talk about the legal system here. A close friend of mine in Dadide Freetown, okay, in a drive. Police come before him, the police break him, he stop. The next thing, the policeman say this man don't bang him. Yeah, he say bang him. You know, it creates a scene, all of that kind. He say they take the man in live scene. At the end of the day, the man no one wasting time, something cross. He give the policeman, something, the policeman they not bang again, I disappear, I go. So imagine with that kind of thing, and if this man decide now for go some science, then go lay complain, you go blame him. Because the justice system don't fail him, somebody wait there for protect him, don't see his advantage, pana. So me feel say we for bring and come, let all ban. If you believe in the bomb swear, you go you swear it. If you not believe that, every year, instead of asset declaration, therefore the carry man then go side and supposed for go swear. Yeah. Say this one only year, where this audit report come out, so are not thief salon money. I not eat salon money, for example, because I have to be specific with salon. So all these reports come on, you go now the bush side and therefore go there, put the people there, let you can't swear. So tomorrow if you belly not swell, your foot not swell, or you not get sudden heart attack, then sometimes you are fine. Or your generation, you know, for see generation get on born not get for suffer, then you are fine. So I feel the bomb swear get for Camo.
Yeah, now okay. Now
Mr. Moderator, do you answer? I think Juma don't give me the solution to we anti-corruption. Every year, let the people of Sierra Leone declare one day for bomb swear. All the while they will thief their money.
Exactly.
I talk to God, it's very serious.
No,
we organize them.
The thing is, I mean, with this program, I'm very serious. For me, I'm very serious about what the solutions we need to reach to for make we solve the problems that we will get now, Sierra Leone and right across West Africa. We have to solve these problems.
Yeah.
If what we don't use, not the work, we can't keep doing the same thing. That's the madness. We get for find something we go work. And if the bomb swear the work, then billahi lo bring the bomb swear inside the for make it work.
One day we use them.
But you know, but they want
Yusuf quickly, because you always keep talk about the land. How we connected with the land. With all the land case they're within our salon, because you get more land case than the court system na salon than anything else. If we get bomb swear business, they will put out. If we say they go just gap them or they go to somebody land, they don't do that. So
let me just throw this right now. Make I just throw this right now. Usman Prince Suleiman. Usman Prince Suleiman say with the bomb Sweh people the way they speak English na this program rather than Creole. I think say na Mr. Ahmed Bangura they talk about, not to me.
Tell us say the Sweh don't catch.
And then
Ladies Sweh don't catch, you know something again.
Mr. Ophaniel Goodin also say the Chinese will never do a program like this in English. Now it's very interesting here because, of course, acknowledging for say we get international audience with it, and that's not the main reason we do this program in well, it's not, yes, it is one of the main reasons why we attempt for switch to English, but we also can come back in Creole, so we don't keep everything in English, okay? And I know you also say Pidgin as well, so we can go. So we usually go to and fro with it just for help the listeners them within other countries them for make themselves engage in it. Look, sometimes we get listeners them from Peru, sometimes we get listeners from Colombia, sometimes of course in America and so on. So we switch to and fro like that. Me, if you ask me, I want to do this program say Palimba, nke masala, you know, yeah. Yani benamimboka wimba ne awa unaanda. So if you left to me, logo is a limba or logo is a fuller. And I know for we advocate this quite a lot. So they are big. All the bombs were small. It don't catch, but let me all that small. But the question to una way to listen, Mr. Ophelia, bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh for the one they were in a leadership position? Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh for we ACC boss where na in the fets the babati for fet the corruption in Sierra Leone. Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh for a bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh for we president where they say in they go abroad because it go promote the good image of Sierra Leone, for make them see Sierra Leone as a good country, and also that it don't build this na wado then just don't build 100 schools. Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? Where he also talk for say the bridge, then they can be like bang, you know they lie. All waiting, he don't talk, he don't do. Let me check him in manifesto. If not all he don't do bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh. Let me check the hospital there. We Minister of Health. What in the non do for the hospital them for improve cottage hospital? Who say we woman then they go born bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? Let me check the education system. They send a free education in Sierra Leone. It not pay nothing. It PD make a put them this way. We president go talk Bangba Ode. He said that every Sierra Leonean they save $500 a year, which is something like about 6 to 7 million. That's what he said that our people are saving. You people of Sierra Leone, is that true? Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? Now true say una they save that amount of money every single year. Now place the logic padawandi. What's not the average wage of a Sierra Leonean? The average wage of every Sierra Leonean, or not every, the average of most Sierra Leonean is roughly about 6 million a year, 6 million leones a year. Now, we president just don't talk say, una they save 6 million a year. Almost pound I don't do that one day. I pay, I don't put out bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh. Which is the truth? Una no bring and come now. Election they can come, where election they can bomb Sweh for come plenty. So now bring all thing bang bang.
Now they can't say mother be smart. Tomorrow morning they go say anybody who do bomb Sweh not terrorist.
Okay, then la come na from the universities. All the lecture they where they mess with people picking them. When not give them the right marks them, we want to go yarn them for say for go abuse them for make them for sleep with the number simply because you want for but I already the picking them for give them before you give them the right result and so on. Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? Let talk and trade. Let we start all thing now Nadoba. Me fumble them. If
so now bomb Sweh for let them turn Okobo, you find out till they left they know do it. Yes. Specific what you call a result. So when you make the way follow people like
this way for Juma, you quite correct.
Okobo, where as you make you turn Okobo.
Boss Yusuf.
Yes.
I want to give Timbo a little bit of time, but Timbo, he look like he does a lot of.
Yeah, Timbo.
And he come to. And he come to Timbo. And he come to King Mufasa. And he come to King Mufasa. I just want to lay the ground down because if our first lady being done first say anybody we not they do for make salon better, make lucky. She said it plain. We all see on social media. To the point where even talk say they give up justice, then they go deal with some power. She even said that they go cut some man them private part put on the mouth if then they abuse woman them and all that stuff. This is how serious she is about making sure people do the right thing. Me the add pantap that for say, well, if the one if we put enough for say for thief then solar lights, anybody with the thief solar lights na lunge. Me I go say the one old Freetown or the one old country thief solar light bomb swear by you. If you the thief the heads are bomb swear by you. If you the thief the fisheries money, when then they can't pay for fishes, you the thief and you can't go some side, bomb swear by you. If you take money, you put on an aeroplane, you pull on a bank, you put on an aeroplane, can't go in another country. Instead of for Bri and Kalo can help for bill with education system, we put bomb swear back by you. How about that one? I'm just asking a question here. What do you all say, my people? With that one day, I go just left and day.
My vote, sir.
Irma Williams said, Juma! Okay. Because if, look, and I know we're laughing at this thing, but the seriousness of the situation is this, my people, is that Sierra Leoneans are suffering. Sierra Leoneans are going through a crazy, crazy time. And we cannot hide it. We cannot hide it. Bay, fire, just what happened there. Housing situation is a terrible, terrible mess in Sierra Leone. Young people not being able to get affordable, decent, affordable housing. Our environment is being scattered, battered, and messed up. It's like we just lost direction. The kites just don't lose Genji.
Let we swear.
What are we going to do?
Swear. National swear.
We're going to have to do something, my people. We cannot sit down and say we don't do anything about it. We're going to have to do something. What is it?
I am very serious about it, Mr. Moderator. I'm very serious. Let the people of Sierra Leone declare a day for National Bomb Swear.
Right. If we declare a day, which pastors say, let us pray and fast all night for the country.
Pray, Imam pray, the bomb swear man pray.
Right.
All the one that will not like that country, let them have lucky before the next 3 months. So God will not go see that country change.
There you go. We cannot sit back and let our country just go down like that. We have a country for preserve for the future generations, many generations to come. What are we going to do? We need to do something really, really radical and soon. Now, so with all of that, I mean, is it Animod? Oh, Animod. My God, it's been a long time since I heard that name. Animod Thomas. He just a laugh. Left for laugh. You get for talk and bomb swear or no bomb swear. We are serious about this. We are looking to do something serious now. King Mufasa. King Mufasa. Anybody will get PhD for lie, bomb swear for you.
Yeah. Really
you know, anybody where they pamboku lie, where they put bomb swear. King Mufasa.
Yes, USIFU JALLOH.
Yes. Sorry, we're not bringing for a while because I wanted to engage all of the people that we have here, just at least to break this whole thing down for we and let we look at. So King Mufasa, do you have?
Interesting program. I don't follow a lot of what's in the chats the way they happen at the two different chat groups then, and it's very interesting for realize many people get their own views and opinion about the bomb sweating. The first thing I realized now the fact say we be argue about how them for call the name when a bomb, cock bomb, BOM, KB, GB, all that are the different way I've been decided for interpret them. So this is not in the world. But that's very interesting also for make the world understand say the bomb swear itself, all man gets in your own description. But one thing where amazed me most now the fact say it take Kafubull on chiefdom, maybe a couple of months.
T-boy, sorry, King Mufasa. Let me just read this interesting one and see maybe you can include it in your comment. It says, Sweh Abdul Kanu says, Sweh might be effective given the corruption that is prevalent in our society. But don't you think the Sweh leader will not be bribed by the politicians to make the Sweh ineffective?
This back another area for look at.
That is if they know we are ready to do it and they know who we are going to employ.
When they allow them, they know the people that they do.
Well, I think that's a very interesting side of it, because when you look at Danny back as well, I mean, when corruption is really embedded into the system, you can expect everything. But the thing that amazed me most, now the fact say it take Kafubulum just a couple of months or a year for me to realize say the essence of ADS transformer system is very important in the community. And if that's so important, what about all the less privileged opportunities that we don't feel for get inside Kafubulum based on few or plenty things the way they affect that? Again, all result to stealing. Yeah? Because you get people that we don't go na Kafubulum, we don't make 1,000 promises of doing X, Y, Z, but didn't happen. You get people that don't give money, where they don't eat for make road, build hospital, build schools, and all that thing in it. Why not now then choose for Sweh for ADSR lights? That lights they evaluate one of another cost each $100, for example. And then now look at the rate at which they don't deprive them for how many years? You don't pass 5 years, you don't pass 10 years, you don't pass 15 years. All man don't promise new bridge, no they happen. All man don't promise new Freetown, it no they happen. All man don't promise new hotel, new airports, no they happen. But they not Sweh. So the one for tell me say the ADSA or EDSA light system is so important and so valued to them. They made them choose for Sweh this time around. I just want to make them guess, let them tell you what the justification. Because the light, yes, important. But it's not skills like them. It is important for make them do this kind amount of national Sweh. We don't want to happen as salon in any form. Because if not lights no more, then who's kind of Sweh then go put together now if they want for Sweh the people that we don't wreck Kafubulum apart from the lights? That I would like to know.
Well,
because
okay, King Mufasa, answer this one. Okay, that question you're asking, answer this one. Leah Johnson say, these people do not believe in any of these stuff. He says, we've been praying and swaying them for donkey years now, and they are still ripping the country off. That is why Adebayo reverted to abusive language, because nothing works with these people. Then Yema Liel say, Sweh is a family Sweh. You go tell hush for burial self. You cry for the person we die. The Sweh go catch you. He said you go, okay, if you go cry for the person we die, you know, or you go tell hush even for the burial, the Sweh go catch you. Now bad Sweh. All right. So in other words, no pity. And I mean, going back to the early part that Dr. Colley talked about when he says the thing about the African way is that it's very definite, it's very final. In other words, wait till catch you, boop. That's it. If you go begin for mess about it, I'm going to tell Osh, now you in the cage. So, King Mufasa, please carry on. I just want to add those comments as well to your saying there, to what you say.
Well, I think say most of the question within the ask gets answered to them because the system already don't corrupt. So no matter how you look at them, it will still continue for be corrupt because the Sweh what they talk about, so say now Sweh, it depends on which kind of category you want for put this way. Because you get various different categories than way they put this way. You either say this is not family Sweh, this is not individual, this is not for the one the way they participate, where they associate, where they even can't tell us for being safe. So Sweh there in different fashions, in different ways. It depends on what's in the essence of the Sweh. So to me, I don't see too much importance of the Sweh for lights. Where there are other important issues than really Sweh for don't take effect for, not to just lights. So if they don't start off with lights, they will then go for begin look at other serious issues the way therefore continue with the Sweh. That now for sure say it is effective, it works, and it will make a lot of difference. So when you look at the concept at which the bomb Sweh started, again, we get that mindset of fear as Africans. And when you put certain kind of fear in certain things they will do as Africans, they actually stop or reduce or minimize. White people then come into Africa for change we own concept of we cultural beliefs, and then tell we say, the work is wrong, because when you go meet with man where you actually play African juju pa it work, sometimes they take it back and say, why this for work with me? Because there are so many white people where they do juju. When you go Gambia, they're there. When you go to parts of Africa, Senegal, Mali, they're all there. And they still believe in their own form of rituals. And their own form of rituals, now their own form of juju, where they do for stop certain things then from happen. So then can go see their own babalawo them, and then babalawo they tell them what thing they happen today or tell them about the future. But we therefore believe say either bomb Sweh the work or in the work. Because if you believe say in the work, but psychologically you begin feel something where something not been they happen to you previously. But because of the fact say they don't put this kind of generation Sweh, where something don't affect you, because some people can say, oh, we get cost in our family. Or then we don't cost your family about 30, 40, 50 years ago. Or we great grandparents and we don't take something and we be the work. For example, I give one typical thing where people are not believing, but nobody within the past 20 or 30 years don't practice that day. When I've been Sweh blood. Back in the days when people let me to go school, younger boys and girls, let me Sweh blood. Say, well, when me each on this, so we not go past till we die. So then they cut them finger them or cut some sign of their hand or their body, then put the blood together and then they suck them. They swear oaths say they will never leave each other. But mentally, it affects so many people in a way, some able for move on out of their relationship then they, because like we say, it's not reversible. So what thing can happen? People then begin to see the reality of Sweh blood in a relationship. And it begin work to certain points that people then realize, say, well, me, I'm not going to Sweh blood because I don't see few examples of people that don't Sweh blood where they're not able for past state today, even if they scatter self, none of the two are able for keep boyfriend and girlfriend because they don't Sweh blood. So Sweh blood don't exist anymore. Because they so believe in her, and it work for some people, and people then see some of the reality of Sweh blood. So what they mean they say is, the essence of the Sweh for the light, for also carry more weight for the essence of the Sweh of things that way people and they do where they affect the community as a whole. Mm-hmm. So it is not just going to be a one-off something where okay, well, this will can't swear. All the one who don't see if we light them, but this is just a light. What about the one who don't deprive when I forget electricity, forget hospital, forget schools, forget good roads, forget better lifestyle? Are you saying that is not important compared to the way how that light is very important? Yes, the light creates a lot of crime the way they happen at Kafubulon Chiefdom. But Kafubulon Chiefdom, they get crime still. Anyway, light, no light. So to me, I really want to know the reason behind the bomb Sweh for the lights, whether not just they no more, it is stop, or why then decide for say they for can't do bomb Sweh for lights. Where lights now one element of so many other elements that way for save lives inside Kafubulon. But now light number then prioritize.
Wow. Now very, 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 I think very important point you raised. So even as I look the chat group as well, I see people are saying some quite a few different things. Marie MC, for example, Marie Conte, she's saying Sweh no fine, Sweh no fine for we nation, and that's where bad. It says media, you know Sweh for light because the team way they Sweh for safe. This way they Sweh for safe, not to one person the team because he heavy. The transformer no light. It's quite a heavy thing to carry. So, but taking, Ophaniel good in here. Ophaniel is saying here, it says this is part of the corruption. You know who made the promises and you are not calling the names. Ophaniel.
I wanted Ophaniel know for say promises have been made from APC term to SFPP to APC to SFPP. So calling names not really relevant because I not be say that as something way with the ad safe now platform anyway. Specific was specific. But the whole idea that the facts no more say are they generalize this because I know for say there are very more important issues than we really relevant we need bombs where why not the lights? That's my only concern.
Right. And I think
Mr. Moderator, sir.
Yes.
If I can come in briefly.
Yes.
You see what in King Mufasa come with so?
Yes.
In the beginning I thought about it.
Yes.
But I did not want to derail the discourse.
Mm-hmm.
What is really not the essence of that ceremony in Alunge? If you ask me, it's a political ploy. It's a political ploy. But if this is what these people believe in, if this is what they believe in using for achieve certain objectives, I think it's high time society begin use against them back. If politicians and they get Meresiman and this and that, then believe bomb Sweh, we serve the society, law begin use bomb Sweh for tell them say we fed up with what and they do.
And I think Mr. Ahmed, do you think that's a fair point?
Yeah, I just want to come in for certain T-boy talk here. What make for all anything they would know the thief the entire country beside Lungi no more. Pass now lights, now in one begin they bring bomb Sweh because anything gets a beginning. A million journey starts with one full footsteps. So now, today, if you see the way the world is going, technology, people are there for charge their phone. So man, he get $10,000 before he eat them, he go buy credit, put on the phone.
Yeah.
Imagine you don't go put that in credit and phone. Now net you want charge and phone, light no day. Hey. Now net you want to begin a study, light no day. Hey. So light they see as in a kalokalo thing, but it's very, very essential about you much amount in life. What you make we like in the country today because of light and water, then 2T and now they need the shots. And we African only go get and make technology self love forget about that. How we will preserve even our absent. You know, this light is very, very important. Allow not take us anymore because why up a light? The people are not fed up because for deep and dark all the time is very, very risky. You never know if you go sleep, if it's snake, they will say deep asleep, the road and dark. But when I get that light, at least light they bring small benefit to the country, especially that particular area. Business with the flow. But if you light no, they would have open even restaurant there. You understand? So now make you see the people are fed up. Yeah, just like what I mentioned earlier on, we get mocks now. The people and they go thief the solar na the mocks.
Well, I mean, let's face it. Look, the McKinney. How many people died in McKinney?
For generator, exactly. See that
for generator because of light.
Yeah, because no one they pull a day. Because
you know,
light on that country, that turn that's it's a big issue. They turn the good down back. So now many people say, no, this will therefore bring now. We'll go back to the tradition. Because one, if you check how the thing go, they don't try the policeman will catch nothing. So tell them go catch them, bribe the left.
Yeah.
You understand? Chief then the neighbor see nobody, make all kinds of security in the neighbor. But that bomb when somebody tell me say for more than Sweh and Lungi, they say quiet. Nobody in the area dog themselves for say the back before first the dog in the back. Whoa, chief man, yeah. So sometimes they watch them how things you go. Maybe now God no and why help because that country, all man they say the country corrupt, they come to this, all man don't corrupt. Sometimes this now go make people and begin to say, hey, that is there for left not die quick. The only thing about this bomb say, me I want to let them make a specific like T-boy say. The person go thief, let not be now generation to generation. No, because sometimes therefore be specific. The person is thief, then just finish a day. You cannot find where Joseph go thief, they go punish John. Joseph thief, now Joseph therefore deal with. So then the bomb should be specific for the people who they do evil, corruption, politician. The one who them don't thief, and the one they back with they pan thief, and the one who them plan back for thief. You know, so all things and these are some area where for look at. Brother
Ahmed. Brother Ahmed Bangura.
Yes, sir.
I like the Western paradigm. I say na person with thief, na the hand with thief, na there for court.
Exactly.
But you know, say you bad people they talk say your pikin he not be washman. If they carry cloth come house and you not talk.
Yeah.
If they take money, you not see the work where they do, and you they chop inside. You not talk. You not say when they slap them, they suppose extend the slap to you to when they come to. Because the Yoruba jurisprudence, the philosophy of law, culpability, is a person will carry palm oil from on top shelf. No be here alone be tifo. The person will assist them, bring her down, it to na thief.
Yeah.
So
and it's in
this
the
generation
it's in the European law.
Yes, accomplice. So this one where you they talk, a lot of families fumble them. They don't say their breadwinner, native man. If they work for government, if they carry government motor, now they take go buy charcoal, and you they use part of the charcoal. You not say, I beg, I don't want. But when you say when the punishment come, make them face the man alone. I agree with you. I agree with you totally. Say now he want only make it face the thing. But you know that, look, in defense of our politicians, some of them, if you leave them to their own, they will not steal. But the pressure from their constituents sometimes drives them to do what they're doing. But because they are not men of value and women of value, they cannot resist that which is evil. In order to win, they will go and compromise themselves in order to give their constituents money. So when the time comes to face the gun, Brother Bangura said, let the man that went to steal, let him alone. No, I will say that for future detriment, even those that eat from the palm of our politicians, those that come early in the morning to come and line up, where do you think is going to get the money? I think we should let's drive the fear of God even in the hearts of those who assist in committing crime on the continent.
Dr. Kole, you've just said something here because I'm coming, Juma. I'll come to you, Juma, but I want to respond to Dr. Kole based on what some people are saying here. For example, some people are saying on the comments here I'm reading, saying that it's the country now, so the country is becoming a country of curse and swear. So are we just going to swear the country? And so in other words, some people have been feeling very afraid of the curse already, thinking is the whole country
we are beginning to get the results.
That's the results, isn't it?
Right. Then you're right, because then that is the desired result. Yeah. We have to be afraid, for heaven's sake, for our children's sake.
Part of human existence.
You see, if we're no longer afraid, if we're no longer scared of stealing, it means we don't care about the future of our children. Yeah. You and I are Sierra Leoneans. Let's face it, Sierra Leoneans, Africans. We all know sometimes our uncles, our aunties, we all know they take bribes. We all know the injustices they do. We know it. Yet, we easily support it, or we go silent. Why? Because we are chopping our own. Why? Because our university fee is being paid. Why? Because maybe maybe we live in a house that they are covering. Why? Because of that. And so it's fine for us. But yet,
it's
what about the cries
for us?
Yes. What about the cries of those people down in Bay, whose houses are burnt down? What about the people down in the other place?
They too matter.
Yeah. Don't they matter? Don't their lives matter at all? Why should we not? What happens to the woman who goes to give birth? We go born a cottage hospital. Light, not the in Peking die. What's he happy with the one they upline? So what's he wrong? Now the number forget swear? Now they swear? Really? So well, why make when we know the very thing we're wrong, we not the address them? We get for address them. So the idea of the bomb swear, of course, yes. The reason we make death penalty be there, now for say make somebody afraid for kill. Not so. Yeah. No, we're not being argue with that at all. Yeah. Nobody not being argue with that. But now we want to address the issue for say let corruption stop. This week, government in Sierra Leone right now, President Bio says he came to fight corruption. If Sweh now go stop corruption for help President Bio achieve in goal, amen. Lord, put Sweh for make it stop the corruption.
Inshallah.
Definitely I support President Bio on that. Lord, put the Sweh there. Anti-corruption boss and work will be easy. Ben Kelfala, we support Lord put Sweh for help you work. That way then you not have for work yourself. You not get for worry. Who put Sweh, jigbe. That's it. At least all the billions of dollars where people and thief, then they go, that money they go come back for come beat the free education or una tell we say una want for do. We president don't talk and say corruption go fet back. Don't bring Sweh for corruption. Don't put Sweh. They scatter back corruption. Pata all team down. So they go get the free education. So that the rest price go down. Look where rest there. Yes, we chief minister or with previous chief minister don't talk say everyone for make rest day for let them plant rest. If anybody they stop that one day, let Sweh come there. Why not? We not deserve that. Look water supply now is that saying water supply. Look how it's difficult. If Guma Valley or anybody were responsible for the infrastructure inside the country, then they chop up the money inside the country. Should we not do something about it? I mean, that's my question. Should we not do something about it? I'm in the position just to say, look, if the court system be effective, if you know you can go to the court and actually get justice. Let us go back to Khadija that died, that little girl Khadija that died. Where's the justice for Khadija? None. Would you, if it was your child, would you not put Sweh for the person that abused that child and killed that child? Would you not do it? What about the older women that were raped? What about that one day? Right? What in the happy with them that guess where? What if we say no, that person would they put the Sweh for that one day? So, if you be to say we get for Sweh, quite a few people there for makes them food swell, let them get jekute or something like that, let them wipe governor the whole place so that we go build the nation forward. Maybe they'll put the Sweh do that one day. Why not? Because after all, then they catch people in the lock in Pademba Road, they go kill a lot of people in Pademba Road. We know them, they don't tell me anything about that, they don't tell me nothing at all. What now the justice will come up on that one day? And we say we want peace. Of course we want peace in our country. And we president they boast all the time for say peace. They come in fact in talk say don't bring peace. Well, yes, we support that. So them people them who then kill Napademba Road. Oh no, you the name up till today. No put Sweh for the one them we kill them people and they. For nothing, because now people picking there, now people husband and people sister and brother they all. Why not? Should we go that far? Should we not? What should we do? Should we just leave it? No, let us water feel. Hey, all team fine at the country. All team fine, no worry. No only talk about the thing the way good no more. Hey, look the beach way fine. Hey, the beach fine. That's no more they talk. Really? I mean, I did throw the question they out to now. I did challenge you now. Make we get serious for we country.
Mr. Moderator.
Yes, please.
I me on Sweh.
Please.
Go for it.
Okay.
Incident. The people that will go thief the transformer and everything, they're not being get reason for thief them if light day. Because if light day, they know they get mind go near. So who does not provide light will lead to the thief. It's already Sweh catch them.
Definitely. That way they
all people stop. Sweh. Me don't begin Sweh.
Now, can I just say something quickly? I just say because very soon Mr. Kole is gonna go. So Mr. Kole, please, thank you so much. But please give us your final word before you go. And of course, we're gonna be wrapping the show in the next few minutes. But please, Dr. Kole.
Okay, all right. I just let me just I had written something on conflict resolution, and I would just want to share that and wrap it up. The process and nature of mediation globally and on the African continent has received its fair share of attention from scholars. The diversity of the African continent also gives room for different cultural groups to put forward the dynamics of a process and processes. One of such scholars is Adebayo, who devoted substantial attention to how Yoruba elders approach resolution of conflicts. In the process of describing the how, he dips into the language that frames conflict, its resolution, and finally how peace is restored. One of the words for conflicts, according to him, is bomisi omioto. When this expression is translated, it means pour more water as if it is not enough. The expression itself raises a number of issues that may enable us to appreciate how conflict is perceived within the Yoruba culture. We are moving on to crime and going beyond conflict. Why do the Africans, why have they turned into criminality? A people that had a sense of value and where neighbors took care of neighbors, not in the cities, but in the villages, where social capital was our first and foremost means of capital accumulation, not financial capital. And the social capital, the family and people that surround you, were more important for wealth creation. And we would say in the Yoruba culture that collaboration and not competition is the principle of wealth creation.
Mm-hmm.
The Western principle of wealth creation is competition and exploitation. When you bring out all of these topics, go back to the foundation and to the principles of how we have become what we are today. How we have become like dogs eat dogs because we have to survive. Most of people who live in the rural areas, now that are going to now plug and steal solar panels, it never used to be that. The major principle was that we were our brothers and sisters keepers.
Yeah.
Wealth for the African was in how much you were able to help others.
Mm-hmm.
It was in your compassion. Is there any way in which we can bring that back? And the fullness and the happiness that comes from community development. In the Yoruba tradition, in the Yoruba concept of development, we have two streams. Ẹgbẹ́ ìdàgbàsókè àti ẹgbẹ́ ìlọsíwájú. Those that are for progress and those that are for growth. And it was the happiness when you looked at people that you have assisted, that you have helped their life become better, is what really is wealth. Let me end with what Bob Marley says, that some people are so rich, all they have is money. To those of the people stealing solar panels, they're for short-term gains. You would chop the money, as we say, and then you will pour again. But for the rest of your life, you will also live with the burden that you have destroyed what would have helped others grow. No man, no woman preaches to somebody who is hungry. Hunger does not know ethics and has no values. And as you know it, hunger has been weaponized on the African continent. It is one of the means of controlling the people. So my brothers and sisters, the question is, where do we go from here? Which do we tackle first? Is it the fundamental principle of how we've missed the boat? Or should we constantly deal with the symptoms of the economic system that we no more are brothers keepers and everybody wants to be rich at the expense of a society? These are my final thoughts. And I just have to jump on to another Zoom at 7 o'clock. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much.
I love that final statement, Doc.
Yes. Yes.
You've said it all. You've said
yes.
it all. You've summarized a lot of things.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Colley. We'll leave you now because, of course, you have to go. Thank you so very much. Now, basically, look, everybody, if you really enjoyed, learned a lot from what Dr. Colley have just said, please come and give us a lot of thumbs up. I want to see a lot of like on the YouTube channel. We need a lot of likes there. We need a lot of likes for the please, Dr. Colley, you're getting a lot of likes, a lot of people love. So, of course, we can't wait to get you back on another topic very, very soon. And this is the platform, my people, where, we all come for just bring together ideas, thoughts, African thoughts. We use the word decolonizing. This is the term for being addressed with the whole thing. And let me take note of what Dr. Colley just don't talk about. Waiting at the true value for we Africans. If we Africans, we get for define waiting as civilization. Waiting at civilization for the African point of view. Waiting at economic, waiting at development for the African. Now, for go chase money, for buy Pajero, for build big goals. Now, in that, really? Waiting at the thing for we as African people. Yeah?
Mr. Moderator.
Yes.
What did Dr. Colley talk about?
Yes.
The social capital.
Yes.
Where we don't deviate from.
Yes.
If we go back to that, we
yes.
be with brothers keeper.
Yes.
One advantage we get for we is they accumulate wealth within a very short time.
Yes.
So we'll go get more billionaires in Africa than we have now. And there'll be no reason for people to be corrupt.
Yes.
Take it from me, not what they discussed today. We'll find time to discuss that.
Yes.
It's an area I have researched.
Okay, I know, and I know because I'm so tempted to go there, but I'm no one for go there at all.
Let me not go there. Let me
yes,
not go there. Let me just hang on there.
Yes, then a whole heap of discussion altogether. I always can say, when you live within, you will never live without.
Exactly, sir.
Yeah, big saying now and day. But we'll get for look that topic there, especially on your own. Okay. Whew, boy. What a night it's been. I want for try for a little wrap up, but I cannot wrap up before without giving word to a man behind the scene. And we man behind the scene, Baba Femi, please, do I beg you last few words before we go.
Hello, USIFU.
Yes.
I want begin first. I want address my brother, King Mufasa.
Yes, King Mufasa. You don't want to go hide first.
No, make come. Make it come because this word I want make it and fine.
It don't come. It no recess.
Genesis 1:3 says, T-boy. I want make you read. I make you research. I make you tell me what in Genesis 1 say that the King James's Bible. You like research? Just read that short verse for me, quick.
And the pass food. Meanwhile, I want for drink sweet tea.
Whilst he defend, I'm not asking for Fenty, but Genesis 1:3. King James.
I want drink sweet tea. I want drink sweet tea.
You want to read that?
Yes, please.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. That's Genesis 1. Verse 1 to
3, verse 3.
Oh, verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light.
Okay, so T-boy, the point I want to make, even that the Bible, God say, let there be light. Light, very, very important, T-boy. I hear where you're coming from, my brother, but even the Whitman say proper civilization begin where Homo sapiens and Fen the ability for make light. We know they talk about that light with them car. We with man can give you with them put inside bulb. Now these are solar lights. The people then they harness the lights from the sun for help them for do thing them. Then somebody or some people then grab say they not like that, then they can't take them for their own personal business. So I think say yes, the other things that we can strike for or swear for, but I think say light is a very, very, very important thing. Then
Femi, let me ask you a question, Femi.
Yes, Yusuf.
Lunge or Makeni would I really for put this bomb swear for this light?
Really and truly, I think so. Una address earlier on. Most of them address them in different ways. We person thief, he guilty, but the reason why he go thief now because other people them with big person don't thief. So really and truly, I don't think say we go able for say Lunge or Makeni because all man gets how he feel in own pain. Me go say Makeni, other man go say Lunge, other man go say Lunge, other man go say Makeni. It depends who side you dey with that problem they meet you. But talking about problem and talking about National Sweh Day, I hear you one story. I don't know how true it be. Say one time a day, then go cut cotton thick. Then go cut the branches them of cotton seed and say Boku big man and die na Freetown. Then they say something na an element of bomb sway. I don't know how true it is.
Pastor Mambu say he don't go dig there, he don't go pull it away the whole the country. Where the country not go forward.
Okay, so you see, get all incident. So
I've tell now about the asset within up in a state house with them team been birthday.
Well, I think since when Pastor Mambu don't go pull the thing that they got in tree.
Now the state house, that's not a myth. It did happen. When the people of Koya been vexed, say the British then can't take their land and go kill jackass, then bury it in a Fort Trunton. Fort Trunton in a state house now. Pastor Mambu be pull and he be pulled that way. He not tell you about that.
Well, I mean, I think the prophecy not been cancelled Pastor Mambu for go pull that one day. Or the prophecy will come for go pull the one that got it.
That prophecy, they not correct.
Well, so, the thing is, since where he do that, since where he go pull that pot and then pan and there and then needle and they na cut in three, 9 things don't worse. Because now rest don't dear pass, Pamine don't dear, pepper don't dear, petrol don't dear, flooding don't pass smack. The fly don't boku.
So USIFU on the last one before I left Una.
Yes.
Or before I say bye to fumble them.
Yes.
The last year one talk about now Una talk about say we then swear. I think that T-Boy 79 talk initially. Say we then swear then for restrict time to the positive. But I believe say we then say bomb swear, they mean say you and your generations to come. Now then this way. I might be wrong. But if we look at this side of the world, Boku people in there where they thief or where they conduct criminal activities, they way then die, they left serious financial what's the word, reward or something for them picking them and grand picking them, great grand picking them. What then I treat say Uncle Orange when I be the number one man in America, save in people that die, left plenty money for them, but then money then they were acquired illegally.
Yeah.
So you see the problem where they get. So if we just they swear the people are with thief no more, where they don't go, then they left that wealth there for their own picking and grand picking them at the risk of your own picking and grand picking them for dying at childbirth, not for get educated for go school, and for all other kinds of things they be. So that's swear when they not swear you we not catch young get grand picking them. Now they can't catch the one that we innocent, because you have not paid for your sins. So me, I believe say, if you do something way bad off, so you great can picking and safe for feel the pinch. On that note, I go say thank you, family, for joining me. I want to thank all of our guests. It's been very educative. I don't stay so I don't listen, I don't laugh to me belly one boss at one point. But you know, it's good having you. Keep sharing our program, keep joining us, and we love you all. Thank you. Over to you, USIFU.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ahmed Bangura, what is your last word?
Your last word, I want no more an advice to the people who the thief. They are let them stop. Say to the politician, let them stop, let them think. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much money you gather, one day you will die. Not die, you go to cause, not die, you left cause for young grand picking them. Because now, we're not going to say them go so I don't begin to come. So people are not sometimes some go say this now, you know what no do I open it, just go do it quietly. Imagine how people are beginning to go so quietly. You understand? Then they fly like this, then everything just cut out one day for the water because some man they say need for more than can fly more than deeper. So the big people already the thief government money for them to stop. Because you don't come to a habit wherein everybody feels like a politician and the thief. Because what you understand about that long issue, some man they say a political issue. Some man they say Mr. Red, now they go thief, some man they say Mr. Green, now they go thief. You see, just like I say just now, that machine and you know to one man they go thief. So the man we can fix himself. Now you know I tight in bold sense, so then go come back for come lose some back na net. So this what you go do? The bomb show now there for go look for the people and they individually take to their family there. So they beg them, let people stop thief, and lead bomb share business, let people not take as joke, and that's where they destroy generation to generation. The moment before they go no say that this thing and they follow under the family, you don't go far to now. We don't see politicians that don't die, they picking out the left today. We don't see them at their country that so they need their country so they can't even go out, they mingle. Just supporting them people that we don't do before. Thief money can bring them this country left and give them don't die. They begin to eat the money again, so then the money don't serve. So they beg them, their habits and then they work. So stop stealing government money, stop stealing anything that belongs to the country. It's wrong, it's wrong. But what in the parliament talk back this not back. Somebody angry, you know, get not with the thing, but how for fully like not the thing, but anything you see, we must take up. When we're in a desperate situation, there's nothing they can see. It's the opportunity to make white man there. They tell you say something and they don't put a phone keeper. Because we possibly see something, now they get the intention for Tifa. The same thing. Now they know they then transform and then they the thief them. What in for they do? At least cover them with babu wire, live some training so church will more shock you. Try for prevent them. But everything in Africa is just casual, no security. So it's very, very difficult. But with the pray, I believe so don't begin to talk about that situation there. One day they go solve it. Maybe we might not see it now. But the people that they behind them, maybe God go church their heart for saying, you know, to do so is wrong. We pray, but let God continue for church. All the politicians, the way that they lead with the right way. Because it's sad for let's see somebody will be say, they ask, we always say this now big man, next one go see and inside fire. It's very, very distressful. So therefore just think what to do. Because them money also therefore go there. You see? So we culture, don't not forget that. Because at the end of the day, even though people like you say culture bad, but we get some good culture that we need to still continue for see how we will reframe them and put them into good use. And the bad one, they will drop them. But at the end of the day, so far so good. The program is very, very educative, and a lot of people enjoy. Even me, I really enjoy. I enjoy most of the words they will put here today. I believe say you go reach now who say supposed for reach, and the people that they have, and then particular thing that they do then here, maybe God will church the heart for them to stop. You know, because inside they don't begin to say now they swear. So man no go get back again. You know, you go look money people say because like USIFU right now. So mommy they talk say USIFU they pass swear. What about the one day they fly? If you don't swear, then as well, I will tell you if. So you the thief for government money for go and fly. They do it. They want inside the fly no more. Let just go for inside the water. Low all be let it be now. You know. So we want let this thief stop. At least no self enjoy Africa. So my last words are there for today.
Thank you. Thank you. Momo, Wali, thank you for your word. Make I get a short word from Juma before I go to Mr. Boy Juma.
All right, thank you so much, Yusuf. And like everybody said, it's been an educative and informative program. So, me want to start with one Sweh and I listen to this sound bite quick.
May all the gods of the Benin combine. You see, strike you with epilepsy. You see, now we are may all the
So you see, now make the Africa swear it ask for results, direct, where it send the atomic bomb, you know, precision. This, you know, the reason make I put this because, like what I say, the religion don't tire because we believe say God works long to cease. It wait. You know, say okay, well, a lot if now say I go to die 60 years from now, nobody no go know them, go don't forget. But the bomb swear now they swear say they get big belly, big foot, like the, you know, then the one day they rape who swear say they get bossing. You know, you can't go work, you get bossing for go lecture. You see, so things like that. Practical one, the world man they see because we the shame, we Africans they with the shame, you know, they feel embarrassed. So we make that a tongue cripple, you get fixed, you begin as you take the money no more way for go you go for go spender, you begin for them first begin come on a month. You know, that kind of thing and they. So and that and I suppose for the happen now because we're not afraid law and order again and or not respect them. So I'll go to the bomb swear and me really feel say the national bomb swear day if it happen. However I'll get for name I'm law name I'll pull the people in from Kabbalah, from Kamakwe, you know, all this. We can even go bring if we they go hire consultant and for camp.
Now they would go face the bomb swear.
Who say?
Mali,
yeah. So if we they go hire people and for can sit now with commissions of inquiry, you know, why we not go hire people and for can help with the bomb swear? If we feel say the one they all get a salon then go be compromised, then go bribe them. We can still go bring from Mali, Ghana, Guinea, all that thing, and we're talking about Africa. So let's bring them in, let them help we, you know, after all that the same tradition. So, you know, so thank you so much, Yusuf. And we make a joke, but it's very interesting, and I hope so we're able for advance them conversation here.
Thank you so much, Brother Juma. Man, look, hey, we can go Benin. Yeah, we can go there and we can go Guinea-Bissau.
Congo.
Or Congo. That way
and we can even go Haiti. Yeah, because
go Benin. Now they voodoo come out to go Haiti.
But the one I Haiti, now the wait man and they afraid.
Now nobody no go mess with me place anymore. No one work up. Now another thing where we not cover up, but sometimes we'll look down there at another time is in a way we touch on them, but we not go much deep enough. It's preventative measures. Where you think for say within our villages them do not they open, they do not they're not better, but thief no they. Woman then the worker, bare breasted, rape no boku, picking and the worker and all that, you know, and it goes on. This is something which we're going to look at as well. What did we put in place to prevent certain things from happen, rather than wait for make it happen? Then we're going to have to go face the stronger justice system. We know that. But that's another discussion. Okay, King Mufasa, you want for wrap up day or?
No, just one kind of more quick. You know, so they tell me rape they happen in a village. Them woman they just abuse them, posting the thief now. Then village they get open and keep put on the domot.
Yeah.
Then woman they tie 7 at the waist. Then they meet some domot and we gets like a 2 boom thick way cross. So those are all the restrictions for making you enter that house day. If you know to go visit person or they not call you, because sometimes in the way you're gonna do the fashion, you need to come out they can't meet you. It has happened 3 times and it's a reality.
Now, very, very, very important point here. This is a gem of an information that you bring inside. So I remember this very well in a village. So before you want to go enter somebody do not, when you see what in the first, you check break. See, no go over under. So there were preventative measures. Today, in the modern day, when they put camera, CCTV, now the host and all that, then you get team with the talk as well. So before you approach, the lights don't come on the net, CCTV don't come on, and so it prevents you. So we own people that have been there with and down there. Now that's a very, very, very important information. Actually, forget when we're looking at going to a culture, looking at all of this. Okay, final words for you, Mr. Jamboria.
The final word, I will go back to what in doctor say. In we natural setting, with traditional setting, we now be with brothers keepers. If we get reason today for go use bomb Sweh na Lunge for electricity issue, we need for ask, who side this problem come out? Who that create this problem? Another support TIFO, but if TIF don't increase na salon today, who cause them? And the one that we cause them, whether they swear this bomb Sweh, morally, are they not also complicit for make this bomb Sweh catch them? Because if we be they provide the services they will for provide accordingly, we provide the education where people learn for get to be able to give them employment. This boku thief and all what's in the gun at the country no go be. So we get for us the one then at the top. What is your role? What is your contribution to everything that is going wrong? Now, if the people that don't begin resort to swear, una not think say spiritually and morally you are complicit, and so una get for begin check on yourself. I am throwing that question to the political class and the administrative class of Sierra Leone. This society where they get almost the same population like Sierra Leone. Here, because the society order itself, if they can't, if they know they be na I dey sleep usa day, so I left me the motor up in a wake in the morning, nothing not they go wrong. Nobody know they go thief transformer because light they flow the 24/7. If people then go thief transformer now because they not get current. If you get current, they know you go near there because then transformer they then get almost 1,000 volts so they flow. You go near there, they fry. So instead of would they put the focus on the thief man them, would then go swear. Now pray let the swear catch the one that they make people and thief. Now they are the answer.
Thank you very much. I'm not going to add anything for that one day, and they definitely speak volume for himself. The one day way they cause the thief, they will make themselves again.
Let the swear catch themselves.
Let the swear catch themselves again. You know.
So we self don't begin swear now.
Right.
And this go getting results.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. King Mufasa, your last word, please.
I think the program don't talk for itself for most starts this few hours ago, and I believe say most of the contributors they don't make very serious comments and statements they will not use also for endorse the program and their own belief in the reality of the bomb Sweh or Sweh or what to make for Sweh or not for Sweh. I think it's a more or less agree and disagree. I think we have 50-50 power with this one because I feel say as much as many people want for me than Sweh, some man they still say Sweh okay bad because they destroy generations and generations, which is true. But at the same time, if we look at the country and USA we stand and how far we don't come out and USA we look for go forward to, I think so we don't try all the general access to reality when religion, Christianity and Islam, because again, people when they go to courts, then they go swear to the Bible and the Quran saying they go give oath to things they where they know genuinely say not so true, then they go talk. But after that, because the Bible say and the Quran say when you commit a sin, you they ask God for forgiveness, God will forgive you straight away. So some man they hold the Bible and Quran, he sees where it's astaghfirullah, God forgive me, Allah. So again, that's what the Quran says. If you don't say astaghfirullah several times for something you don't do enough for say intentional any wrong, God will forgive you. The Bible also say when you don't do wrong, you ask God for forgiveness. Papa God forgive me for the sin why they can't sin to because not for say they sin for say X, Y, or for do X, Y, Z. People don't do this repeatedly. But again, we fail to understand say we also culture. There were cultural practices when not to be in Christianity and Islam doing we ancestral days them. They may practice something where nine them in believing. And that thing they have been the traditional swear or traditional justice system where them they use for say if somebody don't thief, then they can't look gone when have been the way of finding things investigatively. They would them they use human psychology. Because again, when you're not guilty of something, if they put that pot where they do first, they put pot na people and belay them for saying they can't talk to. So you wear the pot fashion and belay, that means now you don't thief, the pot can get fire. So when they bring the pot count to you, if now you guilty, you begin pull back. So psychologically, nine in the take for no than at the post we don't thief. But also they can also use people and we definitely not get no link to the stealing, because sometimes they just want for defect to somebody else, sometimes they don't go bribe the man or something. So it does happen. But the fact of the matter is, to me, if they go down there and that's how they go, and politicians them na careful belong, they don't decide for use this measure, it means they believe in it. It means it works. It means it will stop or deter people from stealing the system they also in the complaint for. So if it works for one thing, why wouldn't it work for the others? Because if it work, and we believe, say, if we put this bomb Sweh, people then go stop for thief na careful belong, then if we also put this same bomb Sweh for things that will fit to say go generate development in this particular chiefdom. And if a portion of politicians they don't choose for Duam now one sector of the country, I think other sectors then for follow suit. Because at the end of the day, if justice is being prevailed in that particular area, the same amount of justice system then for use back for making prevail in the other areas thing. Because the law way the Europeans bring come from Europe, because it work in Europe, they implement in Africa, and if it work now one system, then it make sure say they apply so all the system in the country for make it work. So we get to look at them traditional rights and see exactly what we believe in the work. When they say poor devil they can't play now also because of them, you don't do bad thing and also then they can investigate. I have seen it several times when they say witch dance, when they say they protect this one old city or this one old village with rope, when they put right across the tongue. And you know side you go for the start, you need to see back side you go for the end. But you see that rope there alongside this particular area. They say now the rope don't protect the tongue from the witch man every kind side and the one they really common out. So there's a lot of traditional stuff the way we believe or not believe in. But when it comes to traditional justice system, when are the bomb Sweh, if really you say the work safe, but you intention for go actually swear that oath day, it's very difficult because you will be in two minds. One, they act straight away. Some it acts after a certain period of time. Some it acts for a long period of time. So even if you're a seasoned criminal, I don't think a situation where somebody thief now we us. Now we serious thief man. While we anti, he say him he talk other actually don't thief in money, but he no. But if he not ask, nobody not answer, he go bomb Sweh. So guess what? The one old family can make him. He said, dear, thank you, no Sweh. And again, now lunge, this we anti comot, careful bulom. So these are people who believe in this type of traditional practices. So it work because they know for say if they do them, it must take effect. Like Mr. Bangua say, nothing really happen again at Lunge right now. Everything is quiet. No dog barking, no sound in my net. So it seems like it is working. So let's therefore see how we replicate this system now the other parts of Sierra Leone, and we make them national, and we bring a kind of parliament system, and we take them going to court. Because the politicians then where they use them, now they don't make we aware say it work, that's why they are using it. So now we need to apply them to other areas. So this program don't open a lot of mindsets of people that doubt and believe in the traditional justice system we would all use for practice in the grandparent days. Should we reinvent it back into the system for make sure say we apply them to all the other ministries or industries that will get in a salon we governed by people, and then let's see if it will work, because we don't say all things. So if we believe in Pastor Mambu, in theory, say he don't go dig na cotton tree, he don't take away all the things away na been the thing away they affect salon, it makes salon no better. This is the pastor, and he's got traditional powers where we they feel in our spiritual powers. But how do you have the eyes to see those things that you have actually you don't dig from them gone, and then you say this na the thing that will affect salon? So if that's working, then it should work across board. So we might possibly put a petition, USIFU JALLOH, I don't know whether that would be right. Justice system, traditional justice system versus European justice system. which one will prefer. That's not that we left.
Thank you. Well, Fambulem, we don't talk go, we don't talk come. There's so many important points away and don't raise this night. Tonight, in this particular topic. This na the culture show Mina USIFU JALLOH. What I just simply want to left with tonight today. Remember this. When you all sleep on fire, you know they go chase a rata. When you all sleep on fire, you need for come with the right water for come put them out. Then we understand for say the house of Sierra Leone, they pan big inferno. We need for put them out. We need for put the fire out. This fire, it deal with corruption, it deal with thief, it deal with lie. We they lead to so many people, then they lose their lives. Me when they talk to us, so I lost me on the same nonsense. And then, but there's many other people in Sierra Leone. We get worse situation than me. Worse situation than me. And it they down to the fact that we know honest, we not the word rikishi, we get too many bad situations, them habits, behaviors, them all don't develop from our education system or right across to the political system, to the makituma where they sell granite, to the power where they chop butcher beef, across the way. All this stuff, corruption permeates everywhere. We get for think another way, yes. We're going to find a solution to this problem. What is the solution to this problem? Now, what do you look at? Bomb Sweh or no bomb Sweh? The traditional justice system or the current Western justice system we would approach? How do we solve this problem? That's the big question. The president defend way for to solve this problem. All the people that we don't put in a position to solve this problem. Are they solving the problem? If they are not, what do we do? So they call bomb Sweh. Well, I go left for make up on our mind. But whatever the case is, we get for do something for make we country move forward and make we country better. Well, since this is at the end of the program, in 2 weeks' time, I will come back again for the culture show with Sierra Gem Media. And in 2 weeks' time, where they come with something else different. This time, I want to focus on woman them now. As soon as I see the panel, so man them don't talk. This time, I want to focus on woman them for the next culture show. So, una keep una yes, una keep una eye open for the next advert when they come. Well, me people them now go with the go so we hope say una go and think about this problem na pass with the pass so we come on lunge but where we see una don't sit down so we are done cool we don't go now go with the go so we don't go now go with the go so we people them now go with the go so we hope say una go and think about this wahala na pass with the pass so we come on lungi but where we see una don't sit down so we are done cool we don't go now go with the go so una thank you for joining me. Una tata, see una all in 2 weeks time. Discussion on a woman topic.
This thing they happen right now the central field na Kafubulom Lunge. Usai the chiefdom stakeholders them. The paramount chief PC by Shabura Shababaya III, the honorable speaker and other stakeholders them, especially Palmami na Sokta Fonkoya section in Sefde. So what happened then they swear today na Kafubulom chiefdom now for 3 issues. One, the people are where they thief the government property when na EDSA, the solars and the transformers. The people that they don't see don't Tianga one, they don't announce, they don't call police, they don't call all stakeholders there, but they not agree. So now the reason this then say, then they swear. So now the bomb swear this, where the chiefdom stakeholders them, then can with now Kafubulom chiefdom. As soon as see plenty people them today, them pack here. And again, the one that will thief the solar lights them. Then solar panel lights them, then they swear. So the one that where they kill by command and themselves, then they swear. But basically, what in EXA when they do for the people of Kafubulom is very important. But mind you, when I realize say that we don't set up a committee for say let them stop for thief, then transformers they are. But people that don't agree at all. They don't thief over 20 transformers. This be make EDSA. Then Team Binkanaya, especially Mr. Nepo, with his own administrative from Freetown, then Binkan for can get this meeting inside Kafubulom chiefdom. So now, then they can swear for the one them where they thief the EDSA property, especially the transformers. Now he make then they can swear. This they happen right inside Kafubulom chiefdom Lunge. The chiefdom all day in presence, stakeholders and they in presence because of this wonderful thing where they happen. For say, then talk to people that they then left for thief the transformers. They not agree at all. So now the reason this the bomb swear now they don't carry time. Where the people of Kafubulom spend plenty money for carry them bomb swear they are because the people them they don't talk to them, they don't agree. They don't hold police partnership board meeting, they don't agree. They don't get a community talk, they don't agree. So now the reason this they spend plenty money for say you and they for thief them transformers there. You and they for thief them solar there. You and they for destroy the thing that where they happen inside Kafubulom chiefdom. For instance, like the mini stadium that they put domots there, then they thief them. Then they put domots there, then they pull them. So now the reason this, the chiefdom stakeholders they don't spend plenty money, then say they need for swear. As soon as see now the swear this where they right now in session. In session now the swear this. And this when he catch person, now go you they go. Where this catch person, now go you they go. So we just a link on a live from the Kafubulom mini stadium, Lunge.
item for all Salon people and then party them. Sarah Gem Media will be bringing you a variety of programs ranging from documentaries to discussions, interviews, news, views, sports, and entertainment. Our programs will contain matters on development, governance, the economy, and issues that are of importance to Sierra Leone. So, no left BNO because we get Beberebe program then like Salon discussion, meets the ministers, the president's hour, and the Gladi program. Look me, I look you. All this they start soon na www.sarahgemmedia.org. Now who's term these?